Well, welcome to the Coaches Show here in our new setup with head coach Eugene Rogers. I'm Rusty Hitt, and thanks to Adam Walthall for getting us set up. And Coach had a week that if all you do is look at the score, you're going to think it wasn't a good week. And I think if you watched us on the broadcast or whatever, we felt like there was great progress made. It's a 17-6 ball game at the end of the third quarter. You just kind of gave up some late scores after getting worn down or been put in some bad spots by trying to play catch up a little bit. But I thought you guys came out. You had your best drive of the season probably to open the game. You converted some third downs, hit some big passes, and really just a great game plan. It really felt like coming in a great script.
Yeah, we're talking off camera, and just to enlighten everyone, we're at the point in our program to where we don't have that total trust yet, and I say yet, and we're fighting like tooth and nail to get that trust. And I employed my offensive staff and defensive staff to continue to game plan for success and do things to let everybody know that we know how to coach and we know how to scheme and we know how to do those things in light of what the kids are performing and what they're doing. And we can do that, and then we're going to clean up the little things and we're going to build it brick by brick. And I can promise you that we're not going to give up. We're going to continue to fight and coach like we know how to coach and get the job done. And we've had our best week this week in practice in light of the score. And, we have boots on the ground. We're here. Yep. We're here in the grind, in the day-to-day operations, and we know what it's like, and we know the kids and their attitudes and things like that, and we know which buttons to push and things like that to get these kids to perform at a high level. And I'm so excited about this week in the game today that I want everybody to be able to witness, what we've been doing in practice and how diligently we stayed on these kids. And I want everybody just to see, the turnaround with the kids and the trust that they have in us by going out and performing and doing their jobs individually.
And I think those are characteristics, you see when you have a team that has struggled, right? They've not won a lot of games the last couple of years, so most everybody in the program, they haven't won a district game in 2 years. So that's what you've seen. And then a new staff, they've had a lot of instability really in the coaching staff for their 3 or 4 years they've been here. And they're very young. So I think those are all things that's just part of growing pains that come with a program.
It's, people don't like to say it, but it's the process. You have to go through certain steps in this process, and you have to lose. You have to take some losses and things like that. But that's part of it. But we did show fight coming back that first half. I mean, that's a good old Tiger fight in us, and we're just not to the point yet to where we can handle. I'm a high school coach, so I won't get fined. We can't handle officials, poor officiating, and things like that. And everybody saw it. Yes. But you don't do kids like that. But we couldn't handle that, and we can't overcome that. But it's a learning process, and we'll be able to overcome those things later on in the more reps we get with these kids.
Well, one of those areas you mentioned is, Alan Walker stripped the ball down by the goal line and was going the other way. There was no whistle. We had our field mics on. You could hear that there was a whistle. There wasn't a whistle. Anyway, so that's a frustrating thing. And again, young people,
right?
Young kids sometimes have a hard time overcoming that. And again, I know when I'm on the golf course, I have a hard time overcoming making a mistake. And I'm 59 years old, should be a little mentally stronger than that. So when you got 16-year-olds out there, what they go through.
Yes, I understand that because I've been through it, and it's part of that process, that the growing pains that our kids have to go through and see. But they need to see a strong staff, a leader that believes in them, and that can continue to coach them and instill the positive things that they can do and bring those things to light, and continue to be relentlessly positive and show them the way that it can go when we do things the right way, and we will get rewarded for those things in doing the right things.
Well, some of the things that jumped out, I mean, especially on that first drive, it was like 10 plays or so. You had 2 or 3 third down conversions along the way. You completed a couple of big passes. And you saw some good, tough running from Mark Brown. I thought he and Keenan Murphy in the ball game both gave you some good, hard running in there, physical runs that helped their blockers out. Quite frankly, if there was a man, Mark ran through most of his tackles or ran over his tackler, and so
did a great job.
It was good to see those kind of things. And then, you got a young quarterback in Jabraylon out there, Jabraylon Jones, had a couple of big completions on that first drive, got his touchdown pass right there. I mean, those are positive things that you see and start to building a character and the personality of a football team.
Yes. Now, I will credit Coach Lewis, offensive coordinator, for coming up with a game plan. We kept them off balance. We shift and we motioned, and we put our kids in a situation to where they could be successful, and they were successful when we did those things. When our kids performed up to their capabilities, so we can scheme and we can do those things and we can put them in a situation to be successful. But as soon as something negative happens, we can't revert back to bad habits, and we have to be able to overcome those bad things. And those bad things started happening. We jump off sides, and we started going backwards, and now it's always me, and then we start to spiral out of control. And once we learn how to overcome bad things happening to us, you have seen what we can do when we are at full strength.
Well, you talk about old school football. That was an old school football game. You had your long drive. Terrell came out. You got them to a 4th down around midfield, and you were prepared for a fake punt. You had a safe defense called, and they were able to get the 1st down and continue on. And again, another long drive, they scored a touchdown. But I know that was frustrating for you, as you were prepared for the fake, and we just didn't execute.
We were prepared. We worked on it in practice. The corners were supposed to bump the ends out, and the ends are to contain everything up front. And I didn't put anybody back, so I just left the safeties to read the flow of the ball. And we bottom line, we did not execute. My end went inside, and my corner didn't bump the end outside, so he stayed inside. So we had a soft edge out there, and my safety didn't come down and contain like they should have. We just didn't execute the defense that was called. But schematically, we did have a plan, and we had it. We had a safe defense call because we knew they were going to probably fake it.
And what you'd hope is they would check out of that fake when you do the safe defense.
Right.
But they didn't. But
they did. But it is what it is, and it's a learning lesson, and we're going to get better for it.
Well, in your next drive, actually, you came out, had a really good drive, bogged down inside around the 20. I know you tried a field goal. The execution, not even as much on the kicker, but the whole execution of the field goal operation seemed to be a little off, whether it's a snap or the hold or the pressure, all the things. And so you got a young kicker coming in, and so you have a lot of issues out there. But you had a couple of field goal opportunities that you weren't able to cash in on either. So
yeah, in pregame, we find where his line is, how far we can attempt it, and he made them all in pregame. Yep. And we had pretty crisp snaps and things like that. But again, poor execution. We didn't have a crisp snap. We didn't get it back there fast enough. My wing didn't protect like he should have. And, in practice, we put a laser focus on those things, on the snaps and the wings. So we got those things shored up. And now, with the young kicker, he can confidently go in there and kick and do his absolute best and kick those 37-yarders like he was doing in pregame.
Well, I think you took over for your third drive. There was 3 minutes left in the half. So that was the fifth drive of the game, and you're already almost through the entire half. So a lot of running, a lot of ground and pound, a lot of running the clock. So again, kind of an old school deal. You go in at half, you're down 14-6, very much in the ball game. You get a 3-and-out to start. You get the ball back, and you have another good drive to start. And unfortunately, again, you can't quite finish. And I think that's really the detail, small things that are keeping you from really achieving that level of success. Whether it's you got a 3rd down and 3, and then you get tackled for a 5-yard loss or whatever. Those kind of things that just not that far away, really, from having a lot more success than what it looks like on the scoreboard.
Well, the game plan was to shorten the game because they're a running offense, and we're going to run the ball and keep the clock going. And we wanted to milk the clock and things like that. And we wanted to make it a fourth quarter game. Well, unfortunately, we kind of got bogged down offensively, and then we gave up a score. So now we're chasing points, and we got into that game to where we're trying to catch up and go score. So we got out of our game plan, and in turn, the score ended up being something that wasn't indicative of how we actually performed out there. We can't right now. We're a young team. We can't play that type of game.
Yeah, you had a pick. You had a pick. Yeah, and you had to go for it on a 4th down, turn it over on downs in your territory on short yardage. And a couple of things that really set them up. And again, they ran a ton of plays. Yes. Your defense was on the field a lot. So, finally in the end, they just kind of busted a couple there at the very end. But I think after the game, Richie and I both felt like we saw really good progress, that what this team and what a Eugene Rogers coach team is going to look like as they keep getting better.
Yeah, the character of this program, you're going to find out how do you respond to a loss or a defeat? How do you respond to a victory? It's next game. We have a saying, it's DMGB, don't matter, get better. We can't control anything about the previous play, but we can control the next play. Yep. And we want to be a next play team. We want to be a next play staff, and it's all about the next play. You got to get rid of it, and you got to move on to the next play. Yep. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to be a game by game, a play by play team, and that is our focus, and that's the culture that we're trying to build here in Corsicana.
Well, and again, you had some opportunities out there that could have helped you. You had, I think there was 2 or 3 interceptions that could have been made. I know at least 1 or 2 of those would alleviate some points. Ball was on the ground for them a couple times and just couldn't quite get there. And they ended up with it. You had, like I was talking about, you had the strip down by the goal line that would have helped. So again, it's just a few things in the game that really flip a game. And as far as head-to-head for most of the game, you guys were right there. So
well, when you do things right, you will get rewarded for those things. And I told our kids that once we start doing things right, we show up for practice on time, and we give our 100, and we deserve victory. We're going to pick that ball off, those 2 interceptions, and then we're going to have grass, and they turn into scooping scores. The ball's on the ground. Right. We're going to pick it up. We're going to go score. Good things are going to start happening, and they're going to start happening to us because we have worked it and we deserve it.
Yeah.
And we have done the work. And when you do things right, you're going to get rewarded for it. When you don't, things are not going to go your way.
Bounces are going to go the other way, right?
Yes.
The game knows. I know Coach Autry has a saying in baseball, the game knows. Basically, that's his way of saying if you've done everything you should do, then you'll be rewarded just by the way of the breaks of the game sometimes. Or players who work hard or whatever, they will have success. I thought a guy who had a nice game for you on defense was Marquise Cooks, playing free safety. He was in on a lot of tackles. He was coming downhill. He had some really good hits and good tackles, and thought he had a nice job. Alan Walker is obviously in on a lot of tackles as well. So I thought those two guys probably had some nice defensive game for you.
Yep. Marquise, we moved him from corner to free safety. I thought he did a fantastic job of getting downhill and coming and making some big hits. He can cover. He gives us the ability to bring some pressure, and I know that he's going to be able to cover a guy out there.
Right.
Great job by him. Allen as well, sophomore linebacker, filling his gap and making tackles and stripping the ball like he did, and should have got a turnover, but they didn't call it, so it didn't happen. But he did a great job, and we're expecting great things from those guys moving forward.
Well, let's talk a little bit about this week. You got Crandall coming in, who I don't know if it's a surprise or not, but maybe a little bit of a surprise. They're 4-0 coming in. What have you seen watching film? They put up, I think they're averaging over 40 points a game. So what have you seen from them?
They run I call it a rope and lasso, two-back formation with an H-back and a running back. They do a good job of protecting up front, of running, which is a power scheme, a down, kick out. They do a good job of that. With the running back runs hard. The quarterback is a competitive, feisty little guy. He can put it in tight windows, and the receivers will catch it, and they can get downfield. They are executing at a high level, and we look forward to the challenge of showing people that we can play at a high level, and we can fit up, and we can tackle, and we can be in the right spots for what they do, and contain this offense.
Well, quarterbacks averaging a couple hundred yards a game throwing the ball, running backs over 100, receivers over 100 a game. So they have lead guys. At least, is it easier for you to prepare as the defensive coordinator when you know they have a main running back and a main receiver as opposed to somebody who spreads the ball out to 3 or 4 different guys?
We look at those things. We look at the receivers, who they like to target, the running back, if they're going to give it to him, or if they have a running quarterback, if he likes to run it and throw it and things like that. So we'll come up with a plan, and we're pretty much inside, out, and then we'll go back to the secondary wise. But I love our matchups. I challenge our corners. They have some great receivers, and I trust our guys will do what they're supposed to do at a high level. I think that they're up for the challenge. I like our guys on defense. I like the guys that we have, and I like the matchups that we have. I think we have great guys that's going to step up to what they do and perform at a high level.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the rest of the district. I don't know how much you're paying attention. I know you check, but obviously you're worried about yourself. But Midlothian Heritage won big over Greenville. Of course, Crandall beat Poteet last week 48-7. But maybe the surprise is Kaufman not only beat Ennis, they beat up on Ennis pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like 55-28, I believe, something like that.
Staying true to the one game at a time. I do stay true to that. I will glance and look at scores. I mean, that's just habit. But that's all I do. I'll glance and look at it. Yep. Yeah, I did notice that Ennis got beat, but I'm 100% Crandall.
On to Crandall, right?
On to Crandall. That's the next one we got to play, and we have to prepare for. So I can't catch myself looking down the road and looking at those other opponents, and I just staying true to that one game at a time.
Well, Crandall is your homecoming game, so I know coaches love homecoming week, right?
Yes.
Distractions, nothing coaches like more than distractions. So, how do you do anything different during the week to prepare?
I just told them, hey, people gonna come and show up, and it's
your class reunion too, by the way.
Yes, 40. Hey, 84. But it's to come and celebrate and watch them play. It's about them, and we need to perform, and we need to be able to put on a show and show the people what we've been doing when nobody's watching.
Yep.
We want the real Tiger character to show up, and it's about us performing and doing our jobs on the field at their individual 100% level.
Well, if your guys listen to you and work hard like you do, they'll be fine. So, Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Get a win here for homecoming.
Yes,
all right. Thanks for joining in on the Coach's Show. Stay tuned for more of the pregame show after this. Well, you got to get Richie on camera.
Hey.
You're going to need to have him sit down. All right. Welcome to the pregame show here at Homecoming, Corsicana Tigers. Here you go, Richie. Have a seat.
Don't mind if I do.
There we go.
Now we can
there
fix
we go.
the...
There we go. See, now he's not taller than me.
There we go, and I don't look like a giant anymore.
All right, pregame show here as we get ready for homecoming. Corsicana takes on Crandall here, Coach. And, you know, when you set the homecoming schedule before, you look at the way it lays out, times a year, look at records. Well, last year's record doesn't always reflect this year, right?
Right.
So Crandall comes in here 4-0 after having a pretty big win last week to open the district play. And, you know, it looks like to be a team putting up a lot of points. They're averaging over 41 points a game as Poteet whipped up on Crandall 48-7 last week. So we have a little challenge ahead of us here tonight, Coach, and I think the biggest challenge is going to be stopping that offense.
I think so, too. And, you know, listening to Coach Rogers in his coach's show, he's very positive, just like we felt really good. And like you mentioned to him, It was 17-6 in the third quarter, so we had an opportunity, but things just snowballed and got out of control, and we just couldn't slow things down and execute like we needed to. So that's something very positive offensively to build on, but also defensively. I felt our defense handled a very deceptive type of offensive scheme very, very well, and I know they'll continue to work on technique. You know, they'll continue to work on the reads of their keys because, you know, we found out Coach was honest with us on those fake punts, and he had the plans, and that was, you can't get any better with a plan like that to focus in on how to stop a fake punt. So I think it's going to be another test, and you know, we're coming off of being high up to, you know, we're going to win this football game to here we go again. And Coach mentioned that too. So that's going to be a big point of emphasis, you know, tonight, because I know coaches, all the coaches have talked about that and really stressed being able to bounce back from what's going on. But you're right, we've got to control their offense, and they throw the ball very, very well. They run the ball well too. Yep. But I feel like our secondary is skilled enough to really create some issues and handle what we're about to see tonight.
Well, you're an old defensive coordinator, so you're playing a team. Quarterback throws the ball well. Okay, the quarterback throws the ball well, but he doesn't run the ball a lot, or at least he hasn't. He may be able to, but he hasn't run the ball a lot. And then you also have a running back, who's going to be there, and you have a receiver who is also a lead receiver. So you're facing a running back that is going to be a feature back. You're facing a receiver that gets the majority of the catches, and a quarterback who likes to throw the ball and not run the ball. So, again, they're all very good, obviously, but does it make it easier to prepare for in that situation?
I think so. I like that idea because I know who we're keying, and we're gonna, when we watch film, we're gonna watch them a little bit more than we do the off back or somebody else, the backup that comes in or something like that. But that gives us a better idea of who they're counting on and what we need to try to stop, slow down, create some different looks that they haven't seen to disrupt everything that they've got to offer with those big name players. Tonight, initially with the quarterback not running a lot, that makes me think I haven't seen any video. So I don't know if he scrambles around to find time to throw the ball. But we need to play games up front. We need to twist and turn, blitz a little bit, come off the edge, and just disrupt what he's used to doing. Because if they're scoring a little over 40 points a game, then they're having their way with what's going on. So if we can disrupt that front and the pass blocking and get in the face of the quarterback, I think that creates issues. Like I said before, I think our secondary is going to be able to cover their receivers. As long as we take care of our responsibility, everything's going to be great. And in the run game, that's a whole different aspect as far as your defensive front and your linebackers. You've got to be able to keep the linemen working up to the second level. And I've talked about it before a lot. If you get double teamed, let's say, or if you get combo blocked where both guys are looking past you to the second level, you've got to be able to disrupt what's going on and create a situation where they have to stay on you as a defensive lineman so that linebacker can get there and take off and run. And if they come off too quick, then as a defensive lineman, you're straight down the line. You're going to make a heck of a play down the line, and they won't gain any yardage. But just disrupting everything that they're used to doing is going to be a big thing, and hopefully we can do something different that they're not used to seeing and what they prepared for with what we do on film. We've got a little trick here and there, a little tomfoolery that we'll do defensively to create some problems.
Well, our defense relies on the safeties a lot in the run game. So, again, that complicates a little bit when you got a guy who throws the ball. If they run a lot of play action, are you going to have to hesitate to get downhill? You're going to have to stay home first. So it does create some issues when you do have that feature back, which is giving us some trouble, obviously. Their other team's size and power run game is giving us some trouble. And then, of course, you got these guys out there. And I did see a little bit of film when I went to Max Preps, and he did scramble around, scramble to his left, able to get a throw in and score a touchdown on it. So, again, obviously looking to get downhill. He has no run stats, essentially. So he's looking to get the ball out and get it to his receivers, and he obviously has a favorite receiver, and that's Jeremiah Douglas, who's got almost 500 yards receiving through 4 games. And so he's averaging 100-plus yards a game, obviously. And so, man, you got to double that guy. You cannot let him get loose on you.
You've got to, as you watch film, you've got to figure out what offensive lineman is a big key for a safety, what offensive lineman is a big key for a corner, because you being out on the edge, 9 times out of 10, the nearest offensive lineman is going to be that tackle, and he's going to be a key. But if you're able to see through, and let's say a guard is as you watch film and you see that guard is light in his stance every time they throw the ball, then that's going to be a big key for that side of the line, because your backside corner is not going to be able to see that backside, so to speak. But he's not going to be able to see that, so there's got to be something on the other side that you're seeing. But that's how important watching film, studying film, and constantly being in tune with what's going on as you do that all week long. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, to be honest with you, it starts Saturday. Kids probably have access through the Huddle program, but you're looking at that Saturday, Sunday, and when you show up Monday, the game plan's in and you're talking about it. But there's something there. There's keys there that's going to that's going to help the safety be able to see when it's run or pass. They can play fake all they want, but if you've got a key and you're watching it, or you just see high hats, if that's what they do, if their hats automatically come up, even though they're play faking in the back, you know right now it's pass. But there's some keys there, and it's game film and working through that game film and taking notes and doing all that good stuff. But there's some keys there that we ought to be able to utilize to our advantage and be able to stop the pass, the play action, the run, and it's all about contain. If that quarterback's scrambling, it's all about somebody being on the outside. And no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like Coach Rogers said, the end was supposed to move out. He's got to be outside for that fake punt. Same thing here. You got to be able to contain him and contain him in a way that gives you the advantage, because then he's got to figure out how to make a decision, slow him down, and then somebody from the other side's able to come in and make a play. But those kind of things are not impossible to do, and we're very capable of doing that. And like Coach Rogers said in the coaching show, he said this is the best week of preparation we've had. So that's a positive sign and something that we hope to see out there tonight.
Well, they came out very confident in that. What you saw last week, had good game plan. They attacked on offense. They were able to get some good negative plays on defense. They just got to sustain that a little bit. And I think, one added wrinkle was about stopping their offense. Their co-offensive coordinator is named Eric Sardinia. So you, as a player, if you were on this team last year, you should have an understanding as to what kind of offensive system is favored.
Yes,
and again, would give me a little bit of motivation to go out and to play well. But the other things, we're looking at is, I thought last week, as we said, the offense came out. They moved the ball better than they had. It's finishing, and that's what Coach Rogers talked about when I was meeting with him this week, is we got to learn to finish, whether it's a drive, a game, or whatever. He says, you got to finish. You got to play 4 quarters like we did the first week.
Yeah.
But we played 4 quarters. I'm not sure we played a lot in the first quarter. So you got to play that first 4 quarters. You got to avoid the mistakes. You can't have those little ticky-tack things, and you got to be mentally strong enough if something doesn't go your way, and that's what Coach was talking about. Couple of calls against us in the game, and he was honest. He said, I thought they were bad calls, but you can't let that get you off track, and that's as young players, it's so easy to have that happen, or a team that hasn't had a lot of success. When that boulder goes downhill, oh man, here we go. You cannot let that get you out of your game, and you got to be able to stay in there and get after it.
Yeah, it's his don't matter, get better.
Yes,
his little DMGB.
Yeah,
that finishing piece is something that the guys ought to do in the classroom.
Yes,
they ought to do when they get to school on time, come down to the field house on time. Get to class on time.
Be at practice every day.
Be at practice every day. And then, doing right at home, too. Doing your part at home like you need to, as well as studying or doing whatever it is that you've got to do academically to be successful. But that is another habit that needs to be in place, and that's all about finishing. So if you're finishing up at the school, you'll finish down here, too, because you don't have a lot of baggage or garbage in your head because I didn't do well because I didn't study, or I didn't get to class on time, I got a tardy. Those things, like Rusty said, it's not like a boulder rolling downhill, because sometimes they can be overwhelmed with that. So it's about doing everything right there, doing everything right in your personal life, and then getting it right out here. And those kind of things, that's a good boulder rolling downhill. That creates momentum to where it's very positive, and you're very, very successful in every aspect of your life that way.
Well, I know that's what Coach Rogers and his staff, they're trying to instill as they move along in this program. He talked about it. We talked about it. It's a process, and it doesn't happen on day one when somebody shows up. It has to be something that's built. Coach Dembo, most successful coach in modern CHS history, I think in the first 2 years, what did he win? 3 games, 4 games?
Maybe.
He was able to win the last 2 games his second season, which carried into a district championship team back when only one team went to the playoffs, and we were playing at the highest level, which at that time was 4A. And, that it takes time to instill that. It takes time for the kids to buy in, to understand the system, to grow, to get in a weight program, to get in an off-season program, all that. So if you thought we're going to change things overnight by changing coaches, even as good as Coach Rogers is, it's not going to happen overnight.
No.
So it takes time to build a program.
Yeah, and Eugene, Coach Rogers.
It's hard to say, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. No, it's easy, but, when we're talking, we want to just say, hey, yeah, Eugene. But he mentioned it at the first part of your coaches show about the trust, and I talked about it with the Cleburne game, that a new coach coming in, 9 times out of 10, and I've been a part of those staffs, new people coming in, the seniors usually are the most that struggle because they've had a coach for a certain number of years. And then your junior class is a little more receptive. Your sophomore class doesn't know any better because they were freshmen the year before. Nope. And then you got 8th graders showing up, and they're just ready to go. So that is a process. And he said, we're almost there. And they're almost there gaining the trust that everything they're teaching and everything they're working on through practice, through weights, through film study is going to end up paying off. And he made a big part of that, just working hard, trusting the process that a lot of people, it's almost cliche with people. But, trust the process, work hard, because eventually it's going to pay off, and you're going to reap the benefits of everything that you've done.
Well, it's we saw the progress. We've seen the progress. And, again, sometimes the team you play impacts the amount of process that goes along. So we're hoping to build on that. And you know what? I also had a chance to sit down with the offensive coordinator this week. So, Jonathan, why don't we take a little bit of a break, and then we come back and we'll play the interview with Coach Dinky Lewis.
All right.
And then we'll be back with more of the pregame show after that.
Hello, my name is Tim Betts, and I'm the principal of Ezra Carroll II Elementary School, a school where we firmly believe in the ARC and doing things differently. Basically, what the ARC stands for is accountability, relationships, and communication. The ARC for accountability, we hold everybody accountable within our building and within our school community to higher standards of meeting the educational needs for our kids and to support one another. Relationship piece is us building those relationships that last for a lifetime, and the communications, how we talk to one another, how we relate to one another, how we build those bridges as we put all of our information out on the internet with our Facebook page. So if you're not following us on Corsicana ISD, hit that like button and you'll see everything that you want to see from us. As far as what's coming up on Carroll's campus, what are we doing on our campus, what are our students engaged in from a day-to-day basis. On our campus, we pride ourselves in providing the best education for our students, the best atmosphere for our parents and our community. So when you walk into Carroll, we want you to feel a part of us.
Hi everybody, I'm Lauren Weaver and I'm the new principal at Navarro Elementary. I'm a Corsicana native, born and raised. I graduated the class of 2012 and I'm so excited to serve the community that served me.
You're going to see things that say, learn today, lead tomorrow. And that's because at Navarro, we know that we don't just teach reading, math, science, or social studies. We teach bright, creative, beautiful children. And we want to make sure that we nurture them and they grow into happy, successful leaders in their community. No matter what they choose to do, we want to focus on growing the whole child.
Dare to be different means not being afraid to take risks, doing things that nobody's ever done before for the greater good.
Students, as well as the fans who are traveling to and from tonight's game. Let's bow together for prayer. Thank you so very much. And now in the spirit of friendship and sportsmanship, we all ask that you remain standing as Crandall High School Band plays their school song. And now we ask you to continue to stand for All Hail Corsicana, played by the Fighting Tiger Band, under the direction of Ricky Hinton. Thank you so much to both of our bands. You may be seated. Weather for this Friday night football game is absolutely perfect. It's 82 degrees.
All right, we're back here at the pregame show, and hope you enjoyed the videos. And we actually got a chance to visit with Coach Sardina a little bit a while ago while we were on break, and so it was good to see him. He's looking good, and got a little insight on what they do. And again, it's kind of the same things that we have done here. He's got some. He talked about his receiver as really being one of the best he's had. So.
And like you said, he's coaching guys that are in the league or have been in the league. So he said he's that caliber kind of player.
You certainly can see it, right?
Yes,
so,
you sure can.
Anyway,
That's right.
You know, Crandall's one of those schools that you're like, Crandall's 5A? When did that happen? And I think the first couple of years that we were on the schedule with those guys, you're like, when did that happen? And you go over there, and it doesn't look like much of a town, but you see a lot of kids.
Yes, you do.
And it's one, that outgrowth, from Forney. Forney's now 2 6A high schools, which it hasn't been that long ago. There was one 5A high school out of it. And so now they're 2 6A high schools. And that growth is going down to Kaufman, who put it on Ennis last week. And then, Crandall and Terrell and all those areas are beginning to see a lot of that growth out of the Metroplex.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable growth there in Forney for sure. I can remember when they were just a 3A school and grass field that they had next to the school, the whole deal. And now they are blossoming in a multitude of ways.
Well, we look to blossom a little here tonight ourselves as we go back to week one uniform scheme you're going to see here with the gold pants and the blue jerseys and helmets, and go back to get some of that good vibes we got in week one, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I like the blue unis anyway. I'm just used to blue and gold. The gold pants they're a nice change-up, especially with the blue jerseys.
They're bright.
Yes, they are. They are.
And
They really are.
both teams entering the tunnel now as they get ready. We've got 6 minutes to go and getting close to game time here. And, man, do we have Chuck Williams down on the sideline?
Evan, how are you guys?
Man, we are great. Welcome back, Chuck. Sorry you couldn't be with us last week, but we miss you, but it's sure good to have you back.
Hey, it's excuse me. Glad to be back. I tell you, you talked about building and how long it takes to build a football program. I talked to the great Sam Thompson today. Got to visit with him just a little bit. He echoed what you guys were saying about it just takes some time. These fans be patient, and we'll get there. But it was wonderful to talk to him and just again reiterating what you guys saying about taking the time and building this program with Coach Rogers.
Well, there's not a more positive man in this world, I think, than Sam Thompson, and he sure loves the Tigers. And so we're fortunate to have him in our lives from our younger days and now as a community to have him still out there banging the drum for us. So
He is very involved in his former players and keeps up with a lot of us and helps a lot of us and is really somebody that's special to everybody here at Corsicana and Kearns and Chilton, and we could go
all
on.
his places.
Yes, all his places, yeah.
Well, let's go over some last week's results here, Coach. We got Midlothian Heritage with a big win over Greenville, 75-11 last week. You got Mesquite Poteet, as I said, lost to Crandall. It was 48-7 in that game. Kaufman over Ennis, 55-28.
Wow.
55-28.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had an injury to their star player. I think he had a concussion in that game.
Grayson?
Yep.
Grayson Harris?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, he is a difference maker.
Yes, he is.
I mean, he's that
Sure
guy
is.
you can put him about anywhere with an eligible number. And he will help you out somewhere.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Well, the Tigers are about to come on. Crandall has reached their sideline. We'll have the national anthem and so forth for you coming up here shortly. The Tigers are going to enter the field, and it's a homecoming day here.
Homecoming.
How about that? Again, I know that's the favorite game of all for the coaches.
Yes. Yes.
I did see Israel Cornejo as the homecoming king, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about that? Big center.
Big popularity, Mr.
Yeah.
Popularity.
You bet.
Yeah, that is, homecoming is a different animal, and they're so different in all these schools and towns about what homecoming's all about with them, and it's just like everything else. You go somewhere new and you've got your own ways of thinking and doing things, because this has happened to me at the different towns I've been in, and they handle things so differently. And it's hard to give in, because you need that time. You want your guys to be focused as well, because when all the festivities are over, here we are on the field. Here we are tonight, and everybody's expecting them to win, but hopefully they didn't get pulled away from the opportunities that they had in the weight room, film room, and the practice field.
Well, that's what they're again, as the football team, that's what's important. I mean, I appreciate the coaches wanting their kids to enjoy things, enjoy all the fun that goes on that week. But again, if you don't bring it back to the field and you don't bring it back to the field house to do your work, then it really, you kind of lost the purpose of what the game is for.
Yeah, you sure have, and that focus that you want them to have, that laser focus that you expect all of them to have, it's not as laser. It's just a light bulb.
Yep.
You see, there's focus. You want that laser focus.
Well, the Tigers have entered the field, as you can see, and I tell you what, that was a great intro they did live at the stadium on the school board. We might have to include that in the pregame show next week as a good intro. It was pretty inspiring. Hopefully, the Tigers themselves will be inspired and get this thing rolling here. As you're looking at the Crandall numbers over there, that's a pretty good size team over there as far as the numbers of people.
Mm-hmm.
Some good, decent-sized kids. You know, Coach Sardina was talking about his offensive line. It's not that they're huge, but they're just, get after you. And obviously that's the key.
Yeah, well, I'm looking, and there are 3
Yes.
offensive linemen that don't look little.
No. I think his definition is a little different than our definition because those are some big boys right there.
That's that coach speak. Oh, no, we're not very big.
Oh, yeah, we're not that good.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of that. So.
Okay, we've got the national anthem coming up. We'll be quiet and let you listen to that as the junior ROTC enters the field with the flags. All right, that is the national anthem performed by the Corsicana Tiger Band. The captains for the Corsicana Tigers look to be Turtle Lewis, Israel Cornejo, number 85, Xavier Jones, and 79, Mark Peters looks to be the captains for the Corsicana Tigers. Got 5 captains coming this way. Having a hard time reading those numbers. 44 is Austin Shackelford.
You got 51.
51, Nathan Dillahay.
32.
And that is Kelsey Hunter.
28.
And Ryan Williams.
And 26.
And 26 is Corey Wilson. Those are the captains for tonight's game. See the meeting at midfield with the officials. For the coin toss, the ceremonial coin toss.
Ceremonial one. Rusty, while they're doing that there, I'll give you the names of our officials tonight from the Tyler chapter.
Corsicana has won the toss and deferred into the second half.
And there we go. So our referee, who you just heard, is Wes Hall. Our umpire is Vincent Williams. The head line judge is Tim Cummins. Line judge is Kelly Talent. The back judge is Greg Greenwood.
Crandall has elected to receive.
There we go.
That's the biggest shocker of all.
Yeah.
That they elected to receive. Okay.
The side judge is Brent Maya, and the field judge is Colton Weidman.
Okay. You have the officials give you the starting lineups as I have them for the defense. Got Josiah Lopez, Fidel Gonzalez, and Montre Bush and Jerry Escamilla. Linebackers Frank Jackson, Alan Walker, and I believe it's going to be Hector Cervantes as we have several outs. Maybe Aaron Dondo, maybe Abraham and Aaron Dondo. I believe the secondary is going to be Damon Brown and Javon Betts, along with Mark Brown and Jamarian Lewis at safety. Got Zuniga going to kick it off here for the Tigers. Giancarlo Zuniga, a sophomore, became the kicker during the middle of the season for the Tigers.
Yes, he did.
So here we go. Here's the opening kickoff. Pops it up. Going to be caught around the 22 and going to be returned, but going to be brought out of bounds by Frank Jackson at about the 31-yard line. So Crandall will take over there.
Cordero Frazier for Crandall on the reception there.
All right, so Gage Wickersham is the quarterback, or has been the quarterback for Crandall. He is number 4. Looks like he is the quarterback. The running back is Kason Ray. And Jeremiah Douglas, number 3, are the big playmakers here for Crandall. Tigers line up in their base defense. 4-3 look. Quarterback in the shotgun. Going to fake the handoff. Looking down, throwing an out route here to number 88. Defended by Betts. And Tigers are going to bring him down around the 36-yard line. That is 88. That is Braden Watson, a junior. Caught, brought down at the 37, a gain of 5.
And they're in the hurry up here, trying to get things moving their way.
We've got 3 receivers and the H-back along with the running back. Bring a man in motion. Going to hand it off inside to Kason Ray. He's going to make a move. Hit around the 40-yard line. Tigers do not give from there. Tigers come out with the ball, but Alan Walker again pulls a ball out of the pile, but the whistle had blown this time.
They're calling him down.
So I'm going to bring him down just on the plus side of the 40, it looks like. Thank you for telling us that.
It's very obvious on their pass and run. You can watch their H-back, number 10. When they're passing the ball, even with a play fake, he's just scooting across the line. He's not attacking it. That last run play, he's attacking the line. So there's a key that they ought to utilize.
Tigers
Keep
jump,
going.
and a flag is on the field. And Mark Brown would have picked it off, but it wouldn't have counted as the Tigers jump, and it'll be an easy first down. Saw that in the Cowboy game last night on the first possession, I believe, right?
Did you?
On a, yep, third down.
In the early part of the game?
Yeah, it was an interception that Diggs would have had.
Oh, yeah, I saw that highlight. I was at a Board of Trustees meeting for the Federal College.
They didn't cancel the Board of Trustees because the Cowboys were playing?
Oh, no.
Got a 1st and 10 now for Crandall at their own 45. Tigers are playing press coverage up top. Going to hand it off to Ray, going to the right side. Tigers almost there, but he sneaks through. There is a penalty flag. Maybe that's a block. They're going to be brought down around midfield.
Man, they were there.
We squeezed it a little bit, right?
We were right there with it, you know. I think it's Cervantes. Isn't Cervantes
15?
Yeah. Cervantes is right there, man. If you just run through, if he runs through the face of that offensive lineman that pulled out to block him, he runs through that. He makes a heck of a play.
It's going to go back, though. There's
good.
the illegal block. He's a receiver, not a blocker now. And the ball comes back to the 37-yard line. So this is going to be what? 1st and 18, I believe. Yep, 1st and 18. Bring a man in motion to the left.
He
was moving, does not get called. Throwing back to Douglas, who makes a great catch, and he's going to have a touchdown.
Yep, he is.
That was, man, he went up and snagged that ball out of the air, throwing a slant, deep slant or a post, and beats the corner, goes up and catches the ball with fingertips.
And now we got the swinging gate.
The double gate.
Okay, there we go. They come on in. You know, on that play right there, Rusty, even though we're over the top, instead of working and reacting to the ball being over his head, that's when you just continue to push yourself through. You plant and push all the way through the receiver there to make the tackle, so that doesn't happen.
High snap, good hold, though. Kick is good.
Yep.
So a quick 7-0 lead here for the Pirates, and their offense is about what we expected here is advertised, right?
Well, and Coach Sardinia's right. His receiver he looks good in his uni right there, and then when he makes a catch, he looks even better.
Yeah, that was a nice play right there.
You want to get Chuck's take on
Chuck, how about that? Was that something else there?
Yeah, he was pretty much as advertised, right? We learned a little bit about him pregame, and he is. So impressive. Tigers need to come out and answer here, fellas.
Yeah, I think that was just a 4-play drive by the time you take away that penalty. So So we'll be Damon Brown in the middle, Mark Brown, and Turtle Lewis the flanks. I like that. You got some of your better runners with back deep. So see if they kick it deep. Ruiz in the middle in the second level. And they do kick it deep. And it'll be Turtle Lewis with the ball at about the 14. Comes up to the 20. He's got a man to beat. Does. 30, 35. Going to be brought down a little past the 35. Good return for the Tigers. 39-yard line.
Very nice return. And, you know, I guess they want those kind of guys instead of pooching it and them running up and making the catch.
Yep.
They'd rather kick it deep and make them run farther, I guess.
And if you catch it, if they don't get a good pooch, then you got a head of steam going, right?
Yep.
So, all right, let's see. Coming out will be Jabraylon Jones in at quarterback. Mark Brown will go out at tailback. Keenan Murphy is in at the H. You got 3 receivers out there, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Jones calls for the snap, hands it off to Mark Brown, makes a man miss. Going to have good yardage. He's going to push it up. We'll have a first down.
Yes, sir.
And man, I sure love the way he runs the football, Richie.
That is not any different than what we saw against Terrell to start the game right there. To give you to let you know what Crandall's running defensively, they run an odd front, got a nose guard, 2 tackles, and then those outside linebackers, defensive end kind of guys. Sometimes they're on the line, sometimes they're off. The first play, they're off, so you got a 3-man front, and here we go.
So first down here, going to hand it off again to Brown. Good hesitation, going to push forward. Tigers get him a little crease, get it down to the 42-yard line. So good job moving the ball here early, 5-yard gain.
Well, I like the fact that they're in that 3-man front, and we're 5-on-3 when we're blocking, and we're able to see what's going on and able to create a nice push, and then everybody just runs into the back of everybody. And so hopefully we can continue what we're doing. Now they change it up and in a 4-man front.
So now you got 2nd and 5. Going to be a quick bubble screen out here to Ruiz. Makes a catch. Got a block from Taylor. We'll have another first down. And again, great opening drive sequence here for Coach Dinky Lewis and his offense.
Man, that's great execution right there. Love the fact that Ruiz caught that ball and just took off. And anything that happens to him is going to be forward for him. That was a great job. Great throw, great catch, great run.
Put it out in front for him so he could catch it and go.
Yeah, great
and a good block by Taylor out there.
Yes.
He's a blocking machine. Saw that in week 1. So it's first down and 10 now for the Tigers at the 33-yard line of Crandall as the Tigers are driving here on their opening drive, down 7-0. There's a high snap, going to hand it off to Brown inside, who's hit in the backfield, and will be brought back to the 34-yard line. So a loss of 1, and unfortunately that's kind of been our story. We'll get some good positive yards, and then we'll have a negative play in the backfield.
Well, you know, they got that linebacker up there quick in the gap. You've got to see it and be ready for it. You know, there's probably a call that the offensive linemen make as far as blocking goes, but you've got to be able to have your eyes up and know what's happening when he goes in there at last second. And it's just a quick reaction. And I'm sure that those guys have done that throughout the season so far.
Well, it's 2nd and 11. Tigers in the pistol with a fullback to the right. It'll be a toss back to Brown. Sweep right. Gets a block from Murphy, but too much in between is big number 9 Hudson West is there to shut it down from the inside. It'll be another loss on the play. Back to the 36.
Man, initially I felt good about where that was going, but we just didn't continue to go on that outside hip and just try to get as much and run more toward the sideline to try to get as much as you can. But Crandall played that well defensively. They pushed. They were behind the line of scrimmage, creating a mess up back there, and so they were able to drop us for another 2-yard loss.
Gonna have to get it off quickly here.
Yes.
8 seconds. 2 backs in the backfield, 3 receivers. Tigers call a timeout as they was going to be close to being able to get it off, so they call a timeout here with a third and 13 here. Wes Hall, you hear the referee make the call on the PA, and again, it's a good time here. Let's get a play right.
Yeah.
You know, moving in between the 30s is not going to win you ball games. You got to finish this out and get it into the end zone.
And you know what? You're gonna. I would think you'd have a play that gets you some positive yards.
Yep.
Nothing you're gonna try to make as a home run on this play, but something that'll get you some positive yards. Right? Yeah, and then they've already decided what they're going to do. Yeah. They know what they're going to do. So let's be positive, get some yardage, get it closer, because if you're going to kick that field goal, then you've achieved what you wanted to. But if you get close within however many yards they set that limit to, that'll dictate whether they go for it on fourth down.
All right, you got Taylor out there wide by himself. You got 3 receivers to the right side. Brown in the backfield. They're going to spread him out. Going to go empty here for the Tigers. Jabraylon Jones in a quarterback. Bring Murphy back to the backfield. And now they're going to drop him back, looking down the field. And he's going to be pressured and going to be brought down for a sack. And that is Hudson West again, who has 5 tackles for loss coming into this game. Already got a couple here in this first drive. And so the Tigers will have 4th and long now, which will bring in the punt unit, I would assume here.
Yeah, you're right. That's the one we didn't talk about. We didn't talk about losing yards and then them having to go to the least favorite play call.
So it's 4th down and 19. Zuniga on to punt. Twin safeties back deep here for Crandall. Punts it. Caught at the 12. Making the move. He's got some space now. Kicks it outside. And he's going to be tough to get down. It's just Zuniga's the only one with a chance. And he's not going to get him. He almost had a chance, but that is a touchdown for Crandall. Is that 1?
Yes, it is.
Number 1.
Cordero Frazier.
And he caught that ball in a little bit of traffic. He was able to skirt through there and kick it outside. And the speed of Crandall early on shows they're going to be tough to contend with.
Well, and they did a great job. They did exactly what you need to do when you've got 2 return men back there. You got the receiver, the guy that's going to catch the ball, and then the opposite guy is going to get in front and pick off the first threat, and they did just that. And that gave him a chance to maneuver and wiggle around through there and find an opening and then just get through and outrun us for the rest of the way. That PAT is up and good to make it the Crandall Pirates 14, Corsicana Tigers 0 with 6:01 left in the first quarter.
Tough start here for the Tigers, Coach, as you go out and you give up a quick score. You move the ball, feeling pretty good offensively. Then you series 3 consecutive losses, punt it away, and a punt return for a touchdown. So halfway through the first quarter, and you're down 2 scores, and your offense has got to put some points on the board here. You can't get into a foot race or a track race here in this ball game.
Well, and the challenge comes now. The challenge was in the locker room pregame before they hit the field. Now you challenge again. We only had that 1 series. We did some good things inside run. When we try to do anything outside, we really struggle right there because we don't get on the edge and at least hook our guys or engage them enough to where we're able to keep them off the running back. But it's just challenge, The sack was a missed assignment, just not being able to stay with him on that one. So you know what you need to do the next go-round. And like Coach Rogers said, push it back, flush it, it's done, it's over, time for the next play. So this is a good challenge for.
There's a pooch, it's on the ground, we don't cover it. And it's recovered by Crandall. And the up back there has got to make that play because that ball was not close enough or deep enough for the deep man to come up and catch that ball.
Yeah, yep, that was just a decision that was made that needed to just fair catch it. Raise that hand, fair catch it. Nobody's going to hit you. It's going to be okay.
And that wasn't like it was an onside kick. We just didn't execute on our side right there.
Right.
So Crandall's going to come out here looking to pile it on here quick. So defense comes out on the field. Going to stack 2 receivers to this side. Going to be tight.
We're real tight. Safety as well.
So hand it off inside to Casey Ray. He's going to kick it outside. Alan Walker is going to sling him.
Good job.
And he's going to get him out of bounds right there. Way to stay with him. And to be about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, if you were able to see it on the broadcast, you were able to see the corner and safety, and there's a reason why they were in that close. The front guy was blocking. The back receiver would have been there to get a quick pass. So I can see why they're there.
Quick one out to Jeremiah Douglas out there for a first down.
Just a quick
Got to give him some cushion, right? After what he did to you right on. And actually, they're going to be short a yard. So it'll be at the 24. So it'll be 3rd and 1. I think this is probably time to go to number 8. Got to stack those receivers left again. Got to sniffer back in. He moves.
Well, the H-back moved.
Yes, he moved
as well
toward the line. Bring him back.
And with him over that guard, I'm sure they had some run thing going. All right. Good deal. That's the center.
They didn't even call the other guy.
No, they didn't.
So 3rd and 6 now. Still got cars coming into the stadium. Lots of reunions, of course, this weekend. So 3rd down. Looking back, the backside post again is going to be caught. And that's by Douglas. And Damon Brown, not bad coverage, is just a really good throw. Gage Wickersham put it on him.
It's a really good throw, and the receiver is in front of the defensive back, so the defensive back is behind. Good throw and catch, and at least, we were there to make that tackle then.
Hands it off that time to the running back. Kicks it out to the right, makes a jump cut, and going to be brought down. Casey Ray is a good-looking running back, by the way. He's down at the 2.
Yeah, he really is. And
just your classic high school, tough, probably a linebacker as well at some point in his life. It's 2nd and less than a yard. Going to hand it off inside. Hit in the backfield, but he pushes forward. And I think he's going to get to the 1, which will be the first down, I believe.
Escamilla there on the tackle.
Yes, it was. Good job, Jerry. But they do give it a first down all the way down to the 1. So 1st and goal here for Crandall, looking to add their 3rd touchdown here in the first quarter. Hands it off to Ray, who makes a couple guys miss in the hole, but they're going to be tackled, I thought, for a loss, but they're going to give him the line of scrimmage.
Well, they didn't block 2 or 3 of our guys right there.
Yeah, big Crumpton right there, Bush, linebackers pushing back, safeties. 2nd and goal now.
We got somebody down.
Sure do. It looks like a 13, Alan Walker. He is in on lots of tackles. You really can't afford. We're thin at linebacker. Already, Madrano got hurt the first game. Bivens has been hurt. So we will have to play a little short-handed here. But Tigers do a great job there on 1st down.
Yeah, they do. And I think Walker did something to himself with the initial run before they made the 1st down. And I don't know if it's his shoulder, his arm.
Looks like he's hanging the shoulder there.
Yeah, they're holding his arm up. Because he used his arm.
Yep.
He dove and used his arm, and as they ran through the arm, I'm sure there was a little tingling that came on after. And for those of you that have played the game, you know what I'm talking about.
So it's 2nd and goal here from the 1-yard line. They spread us out now. Tigers man up on the receivers. Come in again. Good job there making contact. Going to be a loss of a yard. Tigers going to make them work for this. 2nd and 2. Not going to give in easy.
Nice job by the Tiger front. that front seven right there did a good job. And they just they think they can just run through us right there.
Yeah, Cervantes with the initial contact, helped by 20 for the Tigers, which is Abraham Arredondo in for Walker. So 3rd and goal. And they're going to do a quick fade route.
Oh.
Good job. Come on. Man, you got to let him play him.
Yes,
Damon Brown,
hands.
I thought that was really did a good job there. But, again, we were a long way away.
We are, but I had my binoculars on it, and it's just, to me, it's just hands.
Pass interference. Defense, number 7. Half the distance. First down, Crandall.
No.
Mark Brown wasn't even over there, right?
Yeah, I'm close, and, man, that's a tough call.
Thank you, Chuck.
His eye, Mark wasn't there.
So,
No, they had hands. They were hand fighting, and then next thing you know, you jump up, and we're looking back. That's a no call.
yeah, because you can't let him push off, which he's going to do.
That's a no call. But
Back to 1st and goal. Hand it off again, this time to Case and Ray, who finally gets it in after 3 or 4 tries. And so they will go up 20-0 now. So Tigers down 20-0, and they're going to have their work cut out for them as they go the double gate here.
yep,
That's a little different. Usually you see it to one side, not both, but
they're
they will
looking for
bring it in.
numbers.
We'll bring it in for the PAT here. I tell you what, every snap has been high. Holder has done a really good job hanging on to that ball. And that one's up a little bit, but not as high. And kicker has got a leg, and that's through. So it's a 21-0 ball game now here in the 1st quarter.
Now that's tough. That's a tough thing there.
Official timeout on the field.
One of their offensive linemen is cramping or something, has to get off. And I don't know, Chuck. Man, that was a little disheartening here, this start right against the Tigers. A couple of mistakes come back to get us.
Yeah, that's a tough call there. The Tigers standing strong there on the goal line and hold them a couple times, and that's a tough pass interference call. And then, the kickoff, that's just, you got to be perfect when you're playing a team that's undefeated and on a roll, and the Tigers got to shore that up.
Well, I'm sure they'll be coaching it up right now, so we'll see if they come out ready to respond and see if they put some different personnel in the ball game.
Hey, guys, another quick note. He's making lots of plays, and he's got a cast on one hand and still making those plays.
Who is that again?
Big number 9 for Crandall.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he is one of their leading tacklers, certainly for loss, Hudson West. So here we go. Tigers trying to get to their 2nd possession in the game. And here's the kickoff.
In their unique formation.
Yes. Here's this side. Going to be caught at the 24. That's Pete Ruiz. Comes up. Going to be brought down at about the 32-yard line. So the Tigers finally get the ball back. And we'll take over at their 32-yard line.
Good kick.
Yep.
Good catch. Nice return. We got the ball, and let's start things off.
I like what Pete did. He caught it, and he got up and got every bit of it that he could before. He didn't dance. He didn't try to go all the way across the field. He just got up and got the yardage he could get. So.
Yeah, that and his catch and run over there. There's a different energy to Mr. Ruiz.
A touchdown last week. A couple of catches he had. Certainly got him energized. Murphy solo back in the backfield. So we got 4 receivers in the game. Trips to the left. Hand off to Murphy inside. And, boy, not much there. Going to get about a yard out of that.
Yeah, we've got to do a better job of getting contact and then maintaining that contact and keep on pushing.
So 2nd and 9 for the Tigers. And they really need to string some first downs together. Keep that defense off the field. Going to throw a bubble screen out there to Ruiz again. This time no one gets blocked as the secondary man comes up and makes a great tackle will be a loss on the play of a couple back to the 31.
We had two of our receivers were on the cornerback, and we had trips out there, so we've got 2 blockers for him, but our blockers were on one guy there, so I know they'll address that.
So it's going to be 3rd and 11 here for the Tigers. Going to be a 2-by-2 set with the receivers. 1 man in the backfield. Dropping back, looking to the right. Going to have to move up. Jabralen's going to scramble. And he goes to cut outside, and he slips. And good job by Jabralen there. A little pocket presence there, pulling it down and being aggressive, getting out. Unfortunately, he slipped.
And he had some room, and anything can happen when he's off and running.
So Zuniga coming back out to punt again. And you got Cordero and Douglas back. Pick your poison after that.
You weren't kidding.
So let's try to kick it away from. So it's 4th down. 50 seconds to go and counting here to end the first quarter. And we're going to get a delay, which is fortunate since the snap was high.
Yes.
Delay game. Offense. 5 yards. Still 4th down.
And that's Pete Ruiz at center for us, being our long snapper.
It's a good thing they changed that rule about hitting the center.
Yes.
That's a good snap.
Perfect snap.
Good kick. Going to bounce. Douglas is going to take it on the bounce. He's going to make a man miss, get down to the outside. Tigers make him go outside. They run out of room out there. Good job just getting him out of bounds, and they will have great field position here to take over.
Those two are dynamic, and especially when you have them back there to receive a kick, they can move, find an opening, and return it for a touchdown, as we have seen.
This is the time when you want to do that directional, bounce it out and run it out of bounds kick. So.
Yeah. That's when you do that rugby style kick that, a conventional punter like me, I'm into what we're doing here with just kicking the ball,
Well, it's 1st and 10 on the Tiger side of the 50 at the 48. Going to run the option, pitch to the right. Tigers do a great job coming up. That Mark Brown with the tackle behind the line all the way back to midfield. It's a loss of a couple. So a good job right there on the read and running his lane and making the tackle. Got some help from the inside there.
Escamilla, yeah. Played a great job running down the line from that defensive end spot.
So back to pass, looking downfield, going deep, looking for Douglas. Overthrows him as time runs out here in the quarter. It is 21-0. Crandall over Corsicana. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back for the second quarter after this. All right, coming back now for the second quarter. It is 21-0 Crandall over the Corsicana Tigers quickly. They do have a 3rd and 12 here as they go deep right there. Good coverage by Brown on a very dangerous receiver, Jeremiah Douglas, who's already got a touchdown today. And it is, brings a man in motion who again starts toward the line, not called. Rolling out, throwing it deep to the right, up for grabs. And the receiver had a chance at it, but does not come up with a play. It's that coverage by Mark Brown, I believe, there on the inside. No, is that Betts?
Yeah, it's Betts.
Good job by Betts there, staying with him. But the receiver is not able to hang on. Was that 2? Hayden Chafin?
Yes.
So it's going to be 4th down.
Got to get ready.
Twins to the top. Single receiver to the right side, our side. 2 backs in the backfield. Going to check with me. All right. Colin steps back a little, so should be kicking. Tigers do have a safety, and he does kick it up high. Tigers call for a fair catch.
Love it.
Good job
Great
on
job.
the catch. Is that Turtle? I believe it was. Jamarian Lewis catches it at the 20.
Yeah, it is.
So Tigers take over. They get a stop, Coach.
I love it.
That's a win, right? That's getting started here.
That is. They played that series defensively very, very well. I feel like that Crandall was a little too aggressive because, being up 21-0 at the end of the first quarter, you're feeling pretty good about yourself. You got something going on with
you do.
Getting a call.
They were going to have a perfect foul against.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 8 of the kicking team. 15 yards from the end of the run. First down, Corsicana.
Well, all right, that's a big help.
First UNS of the night.
Well, I'll tell you this. The series that we just finished right there at the end of the first quarter, things were getting a little chippy with him. And I don't know what he was complaining about or what was going on, but I can see how that happened because he was being a little more aggressive in his walk back to the formation, and he was looking at our guys, talking to our guys. So
it should be our ball around the 35, whether it's the 34 or the 35. Now, where are we going? We caught it at the 19.
They going to walk it?
20, so
They
now
will walk the
15 yard from there, right?
Should be.
Now they're going.
There we go.
Yep. Number 8 hit Escamilla when he wasn't looking, so that's the flag.
And that's the running back, right?
Yeah, it is. And Escamilla was his target on a couple of occasions there with his verbal accosting.
All right. Well, he better behave the rest of the way. Going to hand it off to Mark Brown to the right side. He's got a little room and going to get up past the 40 to about the 41. Good gain there of about 6 or so on first down.
Nice gain right there. And, we did a good job up front. We let the corner come off, but luckily we were blocking the defensive end and getting pushed out, and we blocked 2 because of that. So that opened things up for us a little bit more to get a couple more yards.
And he hits the hole so hard.
Yeah, he does. He does.
And that really is. It's good to see. It runs like a tailback.
I love his
like
body
the good old
lean.
days.
Yes,
right?
his body lean looks so good, man. It'd be a good football card to have him running with his body lean. That'd be a good football card picture.
So 2nd down and 4 here. We're going to hand it off inside to Brown again. Nowhere to go that time. One of those big defensive tackles step in there and make the play.
Man, we snapped that ball quick, and there was a delay in our offensive line coming off.
So it's going to be 3rd and 5 as we lose a yard there. Brown is out of the game.
The helmet came off, so he's got to come out. I know that's one of your pet peeves.
Man, it drives me nuts. I mean, how many times do you lose a key player in a big situation because his stupid helmet comes off?
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 5. Dropping back to pass, looking at a slant up here at the top. And that was to Damon Brown, and it was well covered. Tell you what, 14. Cameron Tillman was all over that. He's a big old corner, too. Big, tall corner, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's like 6'2", 6'3" looking. In our formation there, we were tackle over.
Throwing backside, huh?
Yes, we threw backside because guard and 2 tackles and the tight end over there, and we threw to that single receiver side. We still had a nub over here with 2 offensive linemen.
4th and 5, going to punt it. And they be caught that time by Douglas. And he's going to split 2 tacklers, but good tackle right there. Is that by Pete Ruiz, the
Yes.
receiver, getting down, making that tackle.
Yes, sir.
And they will take
job.
over at their 40 as the Tigers and Crandall basically trade 3 and outs here. 10:04 to go in the second. Down 21-0. Tigers need a stop.
Pete deep snaps and then hooks them down the field.
I tell you what, that's almost a free run.
It is a free
If
run.
you-
It is. Because what you do is you tell him you're snapping the ball and you go straight
Yep.
to the ball.
And going to hand it off inside. Going to be Bush there with a big hit, but he's going to pick up 5. That's like Trevor Dimbo, watching him. He's the personal protector in the punt. Nobody comes. He takes off, and he's got the laser to the ball, you know.
And that's another thing that you do. You send him to the ball as well, and your safety is your punter.
Going to quick throw out here to Douglas. Caught, trying to make a move, but a good job staying home is Betts making a tackle, bringing him down.
Yeah, and once the game progresses, I think Betts is going to have a better idea of what he's up against right here, and being able to press a little bit more, and he'll know what he can get away with. He found out he couldn't get away with hand slapping because it was being done to him, so he'll adjust to that. Yes.
That's a sack. Good job right there, and that is Josiah Lopez coming in from the backside. And big sack on the play, all the way back to the 47-yard line on the other side of the ball. So about 2nd and 16. Good job on the pressure there.
Great play. Great play. You'll see it here as a quick video. We just beat him.
Yeah, we beat that tackle out there,
We
didn't
beat their tackle, yes.
So 2nd and 16 as Gage Wickersham brings his unit to the line, calling the play here.
Pass.
Gonna hand it off to Cason Ray, who makes the man miss and gets into Tiger territory, close to a first down. He's going to be at about the 42 of the Tigers. That is not a first down, and it is a yard short. So,
okay.
This guy was signaling it, though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So we have an official timeout for a Tiger down. Cervantes is down. And, again, we are very thin at linebacker as Walker has already come out. I'm not sure if he's in the game, but Aaron Dondo filled in nicely.
Walker has been back.
Okay, thank you, Chuck. While we pay you the big bucks down there.
Yeah, Chuck, that's why you're there.
So we've got a – wait a minute. They gave him a first down.
They sure did.
They moved the ball
They're
up
going
to
off.
the,
They're
to
going
the
off
37.
this. Yeah, they're going off this guy's mark. Well, it's this hash over here. So
it is first down. Huh. Snuck that one in on us during the timeout.
they sure did, little sneaky snakes.
All right. So Wickersham with Ray at his right side, fakes the handoff, looking backside, throwing it, and the inside receiver, and it is caught. Marquise Cooks, I believe, was there to bring him down.
We got held. We got held big time.
At the
Josiah
line.
Lopez got held by the guy he beat.
Yep, you can see it.
You dang right.
Not called, but down at the 7. Of course, that happens in lots of places.
Sure it does. It does. I think I was disappointed in it because it happens more in the open. Anyway.
The referee should have a good look, but going to hand it off to the running back, and he's got nowhere to go. Tigers have done a good job at him recently.
Well, we've done a great job against number 10, the H-backs blocks. We've handled him very, very well because that's one of the keys to this type of offense. When you utilize that H-back, you usually got an H-back that can kick people out or can run over them and lead them in. So we've done a good job manhandling him.
2nd and 7, going to throw the fade out here to Douglas. Jump ball, Betts fights for it. That was no different than the play in the end zone a while ago.
It really wasn't, but he's learning. He's seen.
He did a great job right there.
Yeah,
he is, man. He's sticking to him pretty tightly.
I taught him in elementary PE at Fan.
Well, that's where he learned it.
There you go.
Did you teach him how to play man coverage back then?
Well, we played some football in PE, and we talked about some
techniques. Of course you did.
Yeah.
Of course you did.
Coach, I'm going to play football. That's all right. Let's go learn it.
3rd down and 7. You got stacked receivers on the right side. You got one out by himself on the left. Gonna roll to the right, looking back to the middle, is well covered. Throws it up. Tigers have a chance. He threw that to nobody. And the Tigers, again, not a great chance, but they were closest to the ball.
Escamilla and Walker
pressuring right
down
there.
His neck.
And Frank Jackson with the read right there to get it. They're going to bring the kicker in, try to make it a 24 game. This will be a set up at the 14, so a 24-yard kick. Got plenty of leg here. This is 36, the kicker. Got to give him some due. He's looked good. Alejandro Carrion. Snap, hold, kick, and drills
Something
it.
Good, yes.
And he is a nice-looking kicker. So field goal is made here after a 9-play drive. And they will take a 24-0 lead here against the Tigers. And the Tiger offense has got to get going here, Coach.
Well, I can see why Weisinger's not has any running. And Wickersham, yeah, there you go. Wickersham. Yeah, pardon my forgetfulness. That seems to happen
comes with age,
more
right?
often now, yeah.
Yes, sir.
But I can see why he doesn't have a lot of negative yards, and his rush yards aren't negative yards because he's going to get rid of that ball. He's just going to throw it up, and that's a great example of what he just did. So if we can continue with that type of pressure, because I feel like that series right there was our best series of creating a lot of pressure with him.
Well, you know, you've got the Douglas kid to throw it up to.
Yep.
You've got big, tall 88. You got some tall guys out there that you can throw it up to and feel like they're going to take care of you. So the Tigers will return this one. They're going right to left this time. Not really, wind is not a factor.
No, it's not. Different formation.
There's a short kick taken by the deep back at the 30. Coming this way is Mark Brown.
Mark.
He's got to turn it back upside. He's in midfield, kicks it outside to the 40, and he's going to get past the 35 down to the 31 of Crandall. Great return by Mark Brown right here, and they chose wrong on that one, so a good job of returning it.
Well, I'm glad he's the one that caught the ball looking forward.
Yes.
Because if we'd have caught it running backwards, I don't think we'd have been able to have that success because – I mean, he caught it forward and took off and caught everybody off guard. They double stacked all the way across in their kickoff formation, and they're doing that because you see where they're kicking the ball. So
he plays with what I believe it's called a sense of suddenness. The suddenness when he catches it.
Yes.
You know, he's decisive.
And then his acceleration is very quick.
Yes. I think Turtle Lewis is in the game at receiver at the top. Murphy is the running back, I believe, going to hand it off inside. Hits the hole and is met there by big number 32, who is the leading tackler. One of the leading tacklers. No, that was last game. 32 is Kelsey Hunt. And but another linebacker came in, and we got offensive lineman down. And we'll take officials' timeout here.
Is that Kevin Reese?
I believe it is.
Let's look and see. Yeah, it is, 68.
Thank you. So, Chuck, what are you seeing now? The game's kind of calmed down now. The Tigers are really battling a little bit more. Your defense is showing up. You getting some energy out of that defense?
Yeah, guys, you got to be proud of the effort, especially down at the goal line when they probably should have stopped them or at least held them to a field goal on the pass interference. They held them here. And then, yeah, Mark Brown's got him a little kickstart here and a little momentum going on offense. Maybe if you can get a score here and see some of the momentum and stop the bleeding, so to speak. But you're right. They've kind of settled in and settled down a bit.
So Brown's going to come into the game, that running back.
With Kevin coming out, that's changed our formation. We don't have that tackle over formation anymore.
So 2nd and 9. Hand it off to Brown. He has to turn it inside, but there is nowhere to go this time. He's going to do good to get it back to the close to the line of scrimmage.
We aren't getting to the second level with our offensive line right there, and those guys are flowing and running. Of course, you've got those outside backers out there as well, and they're able to react and come downhill and go make something happen. We had another Tiger down for a minute when he's down, and the official blows a whistle.
Well, we're going to have to be able to throw. That's Max Gomez holding his left wrist. We're going to have to be able to throw the ball down the field some, back these guys up a little bit. And that's not been an easy thing to do. We've seen the coverage from these guys.
Yeah, and we've done a good job with pass protection. If you get your quarterback to really separate and give your chance to have those routes develop a little better, just like that.
Dropping back, goes it out here to Taylor. And he's going to turn it upfield. He runs over, man. It's going to be 10, 5, touchdown. Jamil Taylor. That size is just too much, man. He's just a beast. When he gets his hands on the ball, he runs through a tackle and gets down the sideline right there. And again, throw it out here and it hits, and he runs over a defender and gets down the sideline. And a nice throw, a better run there by Taylor.
He is feeling himself after that one, and deservedly so. He's a big, tall kid, and he found out I am for real. That's great right there. That's a great throw and great catch and great run after catch.
There's a snap, hold, kick, line drive, but it's good. Zuniga with the extra point. Cuts it to 24-7. Gives the Tigers a little bit of life right here. If you can get to 5:37 left, you can get this hold, not give up any points. Whether you score or not going into half, you get the ball to start the second half, and you really have a chance to turn that momentum back the way to you.
You really do, and that's a good feeling. I feel so much better right now, especially after the execution. It started with the kickoff return by Mark, and a very decisive kickoff return. He's going to make sure that he lets everybody know that he can run the football, and he showed it, and then we responded offensively. Had a couple of offensive linemen go down, so we had to rotate people in. Nice protection, nice decision on the throw, and those yak yards.
Yep,
those yak yards, boy, and that's a big time yak. And I like him lowering that shoulder and letting that defensive back know that he's for real.
Well, there's a picture of him. You see, he's a head taller than anybody almost on the sideline.
Yeah, he is.
How about does it also set you up for a double move to him, right? After throwing that hitch out there, So here comes the kickoff. Tigers line up for a short approach, and they're going to pop it up. Calling for a fair catch, caught at the 29. And that's where Crandall will take over here with 5:37. Tigers down 24-7 now. Again, a hold right here gives you that momentum, that chance to feel like you're back in the game. You can really flip this thing here with a couple of scores.
Yes, you could. And the defense ought to feel good about everything that's going on. They held them to a field goal, so that's so much better. You come off the field feeling a little more accomplished as to what you did, and now they've got an opportunity to do the same thing over again.
Well, they've done a much better job against the run than they did in the first drive. So it's first down here at the 30. Going to throw it inside to the receiver. Tigers bring him down. Great job by Damon Brown out there. Fights off the block and gets the tackle for no gain.
That guy is not going to block him. He's not going to block him. Look at that. Great play. Great pursuit.
Yeah. Frank Jackson coming in from that inside would have gotten him anyway. So 2nd and 10.
Nice job on that first down with the defense.
So brings a man in motion to the right side. He's looking left. He's pressured. He steps up. And he's going to break through and going to have positive yards, going to be brought down. But he gets a really nice gain right there. He really had no choice but to run the ball. Gets it up to the 38-yard line, I believe.
Yeah.
Wickersham. He's a baseball player. He might be their catcher. If Stephen Nutt's listening, text me.
Yeah, and let us know. Dual athlete.
3rd and 2. Or Heath Autry, if you're listening or watching. So 3rd down and 2. Hands off up the middle to Ray, who breaks the tackle. Hit by the line of scrimmage, but he had a head of steam up, and he wasn't going to be brought down. Ends up with a first down.
Yeah, they did a good job of taking care of the middle, and the running back did a good job of sliding through the crease right there. Had to turn his shoulders a little bit to get through it, but they just executed better on that play than we did.
So first down, looking out here to the right, going to be caught. Good block from the inside, but Tigers get him down, going to pick up down to the 45, so gain of about 7. Actually, yes, so they're going to give him the 45.
Initial contact, he'd only gained a couple of yards had we been able to finish that piece of it off. But
so I got second and about 3 now. Going to hand it off to the running back again. He's going to make a cut, but good job by Montre Bush, only giving up a yard. Woo. So bring up a third down.
I love the way we played that right there. We spilled the lead kick and had to flush everything outside, and that's why we had great pursuit, because those guys aren't getting blocked. I loved the way we played that right there.
So third down and 2. Be nice to get a loss on this play right here. I think I'm going to punt it. So going to hand it off straight ahead.
Yes.
Hit it at the line. They can bring him down. And that's a great job right there. Alan Walker in the game, filling that hole like a linebacker.
Yeah, number 10's not going to. Yeah. He's not going to beat us. He is not going to beat us, and it's proven once again that we're doing a great job with that H-back going up, trying to lead up on us. But that's a fantastic linebacker play right there.
Actually give him a yard, so it'll be 4th down and a yard.
Watch the ball. Watch the
Do
ball.
not jump, right?
Yeah. Do not jump.
All right, still working out of the shotgun, of course. Bring a man in motion to the left side. Going to hand it off, running out wide. They're going to see if they can get. Cannot get there. Lewis almost got there, but he is going to be right at the marker.
Nah, they're going to give it to him. I can
right
already tell.
At the marker.
Yep, they gave it to him.
So it'll be a first down, but another good defensive play right there.
Just if we could have gotten there just a little
Lewis
quicker.
Just tries to get there. Mark Brown coming off, and then Damon Brown. Man, that's pretty good defense, Coach.
It is. The hands pushed us off initially to be able to run inside out with that safety.
Ball's on the ground. He falls on it. Quarterback falls on it. After the mesh, after he ran the fake, he did not come away with the ball, and he falls down. So be a loss on the play back to the 47-yard line. So big second and long now. It's going to be about 15. And again, it's Tiger defense. After that first drive, Coach Rogers, his defense, man, they're putting a pretty good plan together.
Yes, they have. And the guys are executing it.
Second and 15. Drops back to pass. Pressure. He's going to be sacked. And that is big man, Israel Cornejo. Homecoming king with the big sack back to the 45 of Crandall. And, man, the center getting in some he broke in to varsity as a defensive tackle. So getting to do that a little bit. You know he's loving that.
Oh, you know it is, especially since he knows he's a homecoming king. Homecoming king.
Big third down and forever. 23 on the board. Thank you, because I didn't really want to count all that up. So dropping back to pass. He just throws it up, and a good coverage right there. And incomplete. Damon Brown out there with the coverage. Nowhere to go. Should force a punt right here.
That's a great defensive stand right there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Come on.
That'll get you excited right there.
Yeah. Homecoming didn't mess with him.
And then you go back to, okay, if we hadn't given up a punt return and if we wouldn't have given them the ball in our own territory, what does this game look like?
Yeah.
Well, you got good stuff back here. You got Mark Brown back. I believe that's probably Turtle, isn't it? Yes, it is. Twin safeties back for the Tigers. 4th and 23.
If you ain't catching the ball, pick somebody off.
There's the punt.
Wow.
A little pressure up the middle. And kicks it away from the returners. Man, what a great kick. Goes out of bounds at about the 13 or 14-yard line.
Nice kick. Nice execution. And Mark did a good job not trying to go get that.
He's the shortstop. Wickersham is the shortstop. I knew as we talked about it a little bit, that name started ringing a bell. So thank you, Corbin Hall. Appreciate that. So we've got Tigers take over here. Only 34 seconds left, so don't do anything here to put yourself in danger, right? Just
right.
Take the ball. You're going to get the ball to start the second half, maybe run a little draw play or something. And
let's see what Crandall does with their timeouts here.
So you got trips to the left here for the Tigers. Looking out here, going to throw the quick to Ruiz. He's got one man to beat, gets outside. Got a block. He's up the sideline. 30, going to get out of bounds. Almost hit late. And coach is wanting it. But going to get out of bounds at the 32, I believe. So a first down, and I like it.
I would too, because he ran out of bounds, and then he gets hit. He gets hit when he's in the blue. So anyway, it wasn't
a vicious hit, but
no,
it was definitely contact.
That's well
past the field of play. First down here for the Tigers. Trips to the right this time. Running the trips to the wide side of the field. Double teaming the Taylor down here by himself. Going to throw it to Pete again. Going to try to make a man miss and get up. He will get some yardage out of it. Up to the 36-yard line.
We're calling timeout.
So 21 seconds left. We are going to have a second and 6-ish, 7, long. Short 7, long 6 maybe.
Yeah.
And P. Ruiz is having a pretty good night. We saw him make a tackle.
Yes.
Yeah. Caught a few passes, made some good runs, and obviously you'd like to get the ball in the hands of number 11, Jameel Taylor, after what he did that last time. But they weren't allowing that. You see, they had 2 guys head up on him.
They were not going to let that happen again. So what do? You take care of that, because they've got a corner and an inside linebacker, or that outside linebacker on the number 3 receiver. The safety's over the top of Pete. So it's easy, just catch the ball and throw it now, because your outside receiver is going to block the corner. Your inside guy is going to run through the linebacker.
Now you got trips to this side. You've been throwing the bubble.
Uh-oh.
You fake the bubble and you go deep, right?
Heck yeah. Yeah, you do.
All right. Here we go. It's 2nd and 7. They're going to run the option the other way. Out to Murphy. He's going to be outside. First down. He's got room. 50, 40. Runs past another man. He's going to score. It'll be a touchdown for Keenan Murphy, running the option to the short side of the field. And he runs by several tacklers. And we'll have a long touchdown. That is a 74-yard touchdown for Keenan Murphy. 14. Wasn't even paying attention.
Nah, he thought he had done something by pushing our receiver out of bounds and turned his back to the play, not being a football player, and let Keenan run right past him.
How about that, Chuck Williams? That's got to get you excited.
There's been just what? Let me get where you can.
Yes, sir.
So there's a wave of momentum that's been down here. Not giving up. The defense holding. The ball back after the halftime. This is feels a little special down here right now. They're proud of these kids. They are not giving up, fighting hard.
How about that? Good job by this coaching staff, not letting this game get away from them.
Yes.
Coach Rogers rallying his defense to get some stops, finding a way to get some big plays on offense. And
defense, the penalties decline. One for the play, extra point is good.
Extra point is good. It's 24-14. You got 11 seconds left. Just don't do anything crazy right here.
No, don't do it.
And
and as a cover guy, you were sprinting down the field. And we'll see if we pooch it. I guess we probably will. That's what we do.
You pooch it or squib it?
Well, I'm not.
Because to get the clock to run a little bit?
Well, and they're going to fair catch it if you get down the field.
Yep.
If you sprint down the field and that pooch kick is there, you're going to have that guy fair catch it, because you aren't kicking it to one of their cats.
Well, 11 seconds left. Again, just don't give up anything here. Keenan Murphy with a big return. 74 yards or run. And as we run, how about an option, a sprint option, a speed option to the back side or the short side of the field? So,
yes. And Murphy took it and took off, and then once he broke those first 2 tackles, he was on his way.
That's a good scheme, though, right there. You got them.
It is, yeah.
Got the numbers. You got everybody overplaying the trip side where you've been throwing the ball to. each time, and then you run a little speed option to the other side, and you get it to his hands as quick as possible, and he just out athletes everybody.
Yeah, that's the spread can have aspects of the wing tee. It can have aspects of the triple option. There's a lot of things that the spread does for you.
So here's the kick from Zuniga, and he squibs it.
All right.
And it's going to get to the back, though. So he's got a little room right there, but there's some Tigers. He kicks it outside, though. Got room.
I like our pursuit.
And we got to get him down.
Just get him
Still
down.
got to get him
Grab
down.
him.
And they're going to lose up all the time, and he's going to get him down. So no harm, no foul. He used up all the time. They won't have time to get a play. And so what a nice first half, ending to the first half. Tigers win the second quarter, if I'm not mistaken, as they score 2 points there. They to cut this lead to 24-14. They will have the ball to start the second half. We got lots of halftime festivities coming up, and we will have that for you when we get to there with the homecoming queen announcements and such. But we're going to wrap this up here real quick, give you a little bit of halftime, then we'll come back for some more. But man, got to feel good about where we're at as a momentum and effort from your team.
Everything that Coach Rogers talked about in his coach's show about the trust, and when something bad happens, push it to the side, push it back, get it out of the way, and move on. You've got another play. I think the Tigers have followed that to a T. Early on, bad things happened, but like Chuck said, everything down below, down there on the field and on the sideline is, like he said, it's different. The momentum is very positive. The talk is positive, and they aren't, woe is me, oh my goodness, or pointing fingers at each other. And I think that is, to me, that is the biggest part of why they've been successful in this second quarter here, because they've lifted each other up, they've begun to make plays, and they're building on those. And then some of the guys are making some big plays, and they're doing it physically, they're doing it scheme-wise, but that confidence is huge, and I see it offensively, defensively, and even the special teams.
Well, I'll tell you, that first drive, their offensive drive, you're like, oh, man. They had some good physical run. You're like, man, are we going to be able to keep up with this guy? And then they get it out to their receiver, get an easy touchdown. You're like, oh, wow, what's this going to look like? And then the compounding of the other things, the punt return and then not covering the kick. But the defense played since that opening drive has been really, really solid. Playing their techniques. They're tackling when they get there. They're being physical. They're covering. They're not letting anything get to them defensively, and I think that's been great. And then what we've seen offensively here in the last couple of drives or so, pulling it back together.
Yeah, defeating blocks, maintaining gap control, the pursuit from inside and out has been very, very good. And then the one-on-one coverage that Coach Rogers puts those corners in, they're holding their own and doing a good job there with it. So
Betts and Brown, they have both played extremely well here, other than the one touchdown. They've done a good job going up against those guys and not giving ground.
Without that penalty, that series is over.
Yes,
and they're going to have to kick a field goal or
go for it on fourth down.
Yep. So.
Okay.
Very, very encouraging. Similar to what we felt last week, but I feel so good about where we are this week. I feel better this week than I did last week because I see it and we feel it so much. So great job.
Well, you're seeing the highlights right now as we talk, and again, just watching the effort and watching guys rally around the ball. What's he want? I don't remember the number, but 959 or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the exact it is, but getting 9 guys within 5 yards 90% of the time. And we saw a lot of gang tackling back there in that first half. So let's give you some scores here. We've got different areas. Last night, Mesquite Poteet beat Granville 44-23. That was a Thursday night game. Blooming Grove is losing to Clifton 19-8 in the second quarter. Dawson losing to Axtell 29-6. Kemp is over Rice 7-3. And Kearns is down to Scurry Rosser at half at 7-0. And, of course, right here at Community National Bank and Trust Stadium, it is 24-14 Crandall over Corsicana, but Corsicana is coming. So, in Midlothian, it's NS 14, Midlothian Heritage 28. Okay. And Terrell and Kaufman tied at 14 there in the second quarter. And then we got the Mildred Eagles who continue to roll. They're up 20-0, and that's a first quarter score there. So they are rocking along. And Tom's got some stats here for us. Thank you, Tom. Corsicana Tigers, Keenan Murphy, 2 carries, 65 yards. That's pretty good, huh?
That's a great average.
That means he lost yards on the first carry. So, Mark Brown, 8 for 21. And Jabraylon Jones, 1 for 3. And let's see, receiving, got Pete Ruiz, 4 for 34. Jermiel Taylor, 1 for 32. And then on the Crandall side, Jeremiah Douglas, 5 catches for 98 yards. And let's see, 73 of that came. Is that 73 or 37 on the first play? Anyway. And then Chafin is 1 for 30. And that's about it for them in rushing. What do we say? Cason Ray, 15 for 47. And so overall doing a nice job for him. And Wickersham, 8 of 13 for 133 yards. Tigers with, at least 2 sacks there in the first half. And no takeaways, but some really good job getting off the field there as the game has moved along. So.
Yeah. Really good job and nice stats,
and forcing the field goal when they were down here. So that really did kind of change things, and nothing like scoring a touchdown picks you up any more than that.
Right.
So.
It just makes you feel more dominant and makes you feel better than they are. And then once they kick the field goal, they kick off, and then they get a taste of Mark Brown bringing it back, and before you know it, we're putting the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, it's fun stuff, man. Corsicana Tigers, again, taking those steps.
Yes.
Another step in the R2D, right? The return to dominance as Coach Eugene is tasked, and, basically is the calling card of his tenure here is what his goal is, and seeing some good progress there. So the Tigers with a 24-14 deficit, but they will get the ball to start the second half and have a chance to cut that even further. So this is Corsicana Tiger football on Tiger Media Production. It's a Tiger Media Production on the Corsicana Tiger Network. And I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. I know these guys in the production booth are doing a great job. And we're going to take a break, catch our breath, let you watch some halftime, and we'll have the homecoming festivities on the Corsicana side as well. So, again, it's 24-14. We'll be back here shortly. Got about 21 minutes left on the halftime clock, and second half coming up after this.
gotta work for that halftime, right? Hey, no one's working the camera over here.
Good evening, and welcome to the 2024 Corsicana High School Homecoming Ceremony. At today's pep rally, our homecoming king was announced. We would like to recognize and congratulate those students. The second runner-up for king was Pete Ruiz. The first runner-up was Jayshawn Lloyd. And the 2024 CHS Homecoming King is Israel Cornejo. We will now introduce our Queen nominees. Brooke Burks. Brooke is the daughter of Jenna Burks and Jeremy Gillette and is escorted by her father. Brooke is ranked in the top 25% of her graduating class. She cheered competitively for 6 years and is a member of the varsity cheer team. Brooke plans to continue cheering in college as she pursues a career as a diagnostic medical sonographer. Brooke Burks. Saray Curry. Saray is the daughter of C.J. Curry and Jessica Alter. She is escorted this evening by her father. Saray is ranked in the top 16% of her class and is the student council president and the class president for the class of 2025. She has been a member of the varsity basketball team and track as a two-time area qualifier. She plans to attend North Carolina A&T to pursue a career in business administration. Saray Curry. McKinley Holden. Mackie is the daughter of Jessica Holden and Quinn Holden and is escorted by her father. Mackie has been a varsity cheerleader for 4 years, serving as freshman captain and currently as senior co-captain. She is a member of student council and FCA and was a 2-year member of the varsity golf team. She competed in FFA, making 2 appearances at the area competition. She plans to attend St. Lucie State University to pursue a degree in education. McKinley Holden. Tamia Jackson. Tamia is the daughter of Paula Ballard and Tracy Jackson and is escorted by her mother. She is ranked in the top 11% of her class and is a 4-year member of the Calico Drill Team. She has served as junior social officer and is currently a senior lieutenant. She is a 3-time All-American dancer and a 2-time dance company and kick company member. She plans to attend Texas A&M University to study broadcast journalism to become a news anchor. Tamia Jackson. Aaliyah Mathis. Aaliyah is the daughter of Autumn Alford and Chris Baston and is escorted by her father. Aaliyah is in the top 20% of her class and a 4-year member of varsity basketball, serving as a captain each year. She is a 2-time Newcomer of the Year and first-team All-District athlete. She is also a member of the 1,000-point club. After high school, she hopes to continue her basketball career and education at Texas Tech. Aaliyah Mathis. Veronique Renfro. Veronique is the daughter of Craig and Sarian Renfro and is escorted by her father. Veronique is an active member of CHS Student Council, serving as vice president her senior year. She has been a varsity cheerleader, 3-year member of JROTC, and 4-year Human Project mentor. She plans to attend Baylor to pursue a career in real estate law. Veronica Renfro. Elisa Sanchez. Elisa is the daughter of Maribel Rivas and Jose Sanchez and is escorted by her father. She is ranked in the top 10% of her class and a member of CHS Student Council and National Honor Society. She is a 4-year member of the Calico Drill Team, serving as junior lieutenant and currently as the senior captain. She is also a 2-time All-American dancer, 3-year Tiger Band member, and Penguin Project mentor. She plans to attend Texas State with hopes of becoming a Texas State strutter and pursue a career as a dental hygienist. Elisa Sanchez. Eline Solis. Eline is the daughter of Alejandro Solis and Daisy Rivera and is escorted by her father. Eline is ranked in the top 14% of her class and is a 4-year member of the Calico Drill Team, serving as a senior social officer. She's a 3-year member of the varsity soccer team, FCCLA, and the student council. She plans to attend Tyler Junior College to become an ultrasound technician. Eline Solis. Elliot Stewart. Ellie is the daughter of Brent and Lynette Stewart and is escorted by her father. Ellie is ranked number 1 in her graduating class and is the editor-in-chief of the Corsicana Yearbook. She is a 4-year member of CHS Varsity Soccer and serves as president of the National Honor Society. She plans to attend Texas A&M to major in kinesiology and motor behavior to become a physical therapist. Elliot Stewart. Jocelyn Tanner. Jocelyn is the daughter of Velvet Brown and Natalia Tanner and is escorted by her father. Jocelyn is a 4-year member of CHS varsity basketball, receiving second-team All-District recognition. She plans to attend Texas Southern University to pursue a degree as an ultrasound technician and continue her basketball career. Jocelyn Tanner. Please give a round of applause to all of our Queen nominees. Congratulations to these young ladies, and thank you for representing CHS so well. We would like to welcome back all CHS alumni in the crowd this evening, celebrating their class reunions. To help award our runner-up nominees, please welcome back the 2004 homecoming queen, Shayla Johnson, and the 2014 queen, Ms. Veronica Perez, who is now back at CHS as a math teacher. We also have our 2023 queen, Brittany Barretto, here to crown this year's winner. The second runner-up for homecoming queen is Aaliyah Mathis. The first runner-up is Eline Solis. And the 2024 Corsicana High School homecoming queen is Miss Elisa Sanchez. Congratulations to all nominees and to our homecoming king and queen, Israel Cornejo and Elisa Sanchez.
All right, we are back here. As I didn't get to the names, but you saw the festivities. Hopefully you guys could hear the names of the homecoming court. As we mentioned earlier today at the pep rally, Israel Cornejo was named the king homecoming. So Tigers close out the first half in style, Coach, with a long touchdown run from Keenan Murphy with 11 seconds left on the clock, and cut the lead to 10. We'll get the ball here to start the second half.
Great momentum builder. Great way to come out and start the second half, along with getting the ball. So we've got to keep that momentum going. Hopefully the length of halftime didn't do anything, but I think the energy and the thoughts of the players and coaches are in the positive way, and I don't think anything's going to slow them down as we start this third quarter, and we need to start it out with a bang.
Well, I know Coach has got a plan.
Yes.
And we're going to get this ball to start the second half.
Yep.
And I would guess that it probably wouldn't involve the kickoff to Mark Brown if I was on the other side. But there's your homecoming queen, I believe, or one of your runner-ups. So is Chuck with us down on the sideline? I can't spot him with all the people down there. No, Chuck?
As we look.
He's slacking off. Okay, we'll come back and get him when he shows up there. He's making his way down.
Don't forget it's homecoming.
Yeah.
Now, when did Chuck graduate? Chuck, when did you graduate once you get to a place? So this might be 40. No. That ain't right.
He's not 40 yet. He graduated with Keith Moore in that group, so he's about 5 years behind us, I believe.
Okay.
I don't know why. He's hanging down in the end zone. I know we can't catch him there. But the Tigers about to come back on the field. And, again, we'll take the kickoff here in the second half. And, never say never. This could be that statement win for this coaching staff. I know the staff that you were on with Phil Castles, that statement win was over in Midway on a Thursday night.
It was after a huge storm and a delay, and then we come back out and finish that thing off, and we played well that night. So yeah, this is an opportunity for the Tigers to prove to themselves that they are capable of beating good football teams. They are capable of completing a game, 4 quarters. They are capable of doing their assignment. They are capable of being coached by this group of men that they are following and working hard for. So, you can't help but wish for the best and feel good, and it's going to take place, but it is going to be tough.
Chuck, I don't know if you've been able to hear us, but we're talking about if the Tigers could find a way to get this win, it would be one of the biggest wins in many seasons.
It would be. I told Coach Roddy earlier, I said back in 2009, which I cannot believe was 15 years ago, we went over there and it was jokingly the number 3 team in the nation, but it was the number 3 team in the state of Texas. And like you just mentioned, Richie was on that staff, and that was a heck of a win, kind of a signature win, and propelled them for the next 2 or 3 years.
Well, that is a fact, and Tigers are going to get ready to see if they can make that happen here as they go out on the field to return this opening kickoff. And going back deep, going to be Mark Brown on the right side, Turtle Lewis in the middle. I believe it's Damon Brown in deep middle. Pete Ruiz is in that next level in the middle, so Tigers going to try to get things rolling and get this half started off to the right start here. And Caudion will kick off for Crandall. And here we go, starting the second half. Kicks it deep over Turtle Lewis's head into the end zone. There'll be a touchback, and I guess that's one way you don't have to worry about a return, right?
Yeah, that's right, and that just shows the leg of the kicker there. But I don't blame you, man. If you can kick it out of bounds, I wouldn't kick it to any of our guys deep. Not a one.
I tell you what, I mean, again, we've seen it on his kicks, how well he has kicked the ball on his PATs and the field goal.
Yep.
Going to be a dangerous kicker. Well, among the best we've seen, I would say, this year.
I think so.
So Tigers get this offense started. Coach Dinky Lewis out here got a script for the second half. See if we can convert. Going to be Mark Brown and Keenan Murphy in the backfield, along with Jabraylon Jones, who's gone the entire way at quarterback. Actually, Murphy's coming off.
Here we are with our tackle over. That's why he's coming off.
So going to drop back to pass, looking downfield, throwing the post. He's got Damon Brown wide open. He catches it. He's going to stumble, and they're going to be brought down at the 30. But again, what a throw by the young sophomore quarterback who is feeling it now. Big pass down to inside the 30-yard line of Crandall.
Wow. That was perfectly thrown. Great catch, hanging on to the ball, great play action. Just a fantastic play right there in execution.
Pretty spiral. And if Damon doesn't, or Damon doesn't stumble, he's probably going to have a chance to score. But it's first down now. Handed off to Mark Brown, who's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. We'll go forward and get about a yard out of it.
Got to stay with our blocks. Got to stay with our blocks. Got to keep pushing. And then if you're staying with them and get them off the line of scrimmage, you give Mark a little more time to be able to figure out that, hey, I can jet back or bounce it outside. But when it happens on your side of the line of scrimmage, it's hard for that running back to be able to adjust that quick.
2nd and 9 now for the Tigers offense. Going to hand it off to Brown, go up the middle. He's again hit right at the 30-yard line. Nowhere really to go, and he will go down right at the 30. We'll lose a yard on the play. And again, two big defensive plays following the big pass for the Tigers.
Yeah, and that's sometimes our forte. You know, we have a big play, and then all of a sudden we just struggle a little bit. So let's get Coach Lewis to dial up one of his 3rd and longs right here, or, you know, get 5 or 6 yards, and then let's go for it or kick that field goal, one of the two.
So lined up in the pistol, back to the right, going to hand it off to Brown on 3rd and 10, getting some yardage back, and he's going to get about half of it. He's actually going to get it to about a 4th and about 4 right there. And a good job. We talk about running a play just to get some of that yardage back, and he picked up about 6 on that play.
And they had their plan. They already knew it. I like that better than the situation we got in the second quarter when we just kept going back and had to make the decision to punt. But here we've got a chance now.
So we got trips to the wide side of the field. You got Brown solo on up top. Mark Brown in the backfield. There's the snap. Going to run that quick speed option. Jabraylon keeps it. Jabraylon with a nice read on the play. Will have the first down, and a good decisive play by the quarterback.
Great decision. Great play fake. They were man-free in coverage, so we're not going to get quick support. It's going to be happening late. So, man, that's a great play.
And right there, obviously, they made an adjustment on that, on the read, and the Tigers made the same adjustment.
Yes.
So it's 1st down and 10 here at the 17-yard line of Crandall. Jabraylon Jones, young sophomore, coming of age a little bit here in this game. Nice completion to start this drive. Converted that on the run. It's 1st down. Handed off inside to Mark Brown, who pushes the pile. A lot of that on his own inside the 15 down to the 14. Picks up a 3.
Man, he really connected right there.
Yep.
And right there, that's why he's coming off.
Yeah, he got hit by a number of guys in the black helmets over there. So 2nd and 7. Murphy in the game for the Tigers. Line up to the right of the quarterback. Dropping back to pass, looking left, on the corner out to Ruiz, and he's got it! Touchdown, Jabraylon Jones with a perfect pass. Tigers cut the lead to 24-20.
Wow. Another nice throw. Ruiz is, like we said earlier, he had a heck of a first half, and he started off the second half with a bang, too.
Scored on the corner out last week at Terrell.
Yes.
Comes right back. This time he's able to run it a little flatter. He had some space. And Jabraylon put it out there and let him run to it. So
got that left foot in.
Yes, sir. Zuniga on for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick, and it's line shot. And that is, we got some extracurriculars in the middle. Don't see a flag. And so the PAT is no good. But the Tigers cut the lead 24-20.
Great first drive to start this second half. Great job to set the tone. Now defensively, let's get out there and go get them. I just baffled at the response by Crandall as far as that last PAT when we've got to get the officials in there to separate them. They've been a little arrogant and chippy in this game, so our guys need to be smart and be able to walk away. That's part of the process. That's one of the steps that we have to take, and I know Coach Rogers and his staff want the guys to pull each other away or to step away on your own and just get out there and play the game of football.
Well, you're going to be kicking off here from the 40, and we'll have their guys deep. Sure, it's 1 and 3. 1 is Frazier and 3 is Douglas.
You can see the shift over to this side. They've got Frazier over here.
And there's the short kick, caught at the 34, fair catch. And so the Tigers will come back on defense. Crandall has given up 2 touchdowns since they last had the ball, pretty much. Yeah, they did. Actually,
yes,
didn't
they have
possession, did they?
No.
So to end the half. So 8:15 to go. It's 24-20. Tigers are making this a game. And got to be proud of this group. And certainly what the coaches have done to keep them going. So,
yeah.
Corsicana will have double coverage down here on the single receiver. And going to hand it off inside. This is a different running back. And Tigers, man, they fill that hole right there and do a great job. I believe that's 6 carrying the ball.
No, it's 8.
Was it 8?
Yeah, he's in there.
Okay, thank you. That is Cason Ray. Just did not see it very well. And so, but the Tigers come up with a great tackle right there. Good form tackle. Is that Mark Brown maybe? Turtle Lewis? Couldn't tell. It looked like one of the safeties.
Yeah, it had to have been Mark. Well, no, not necessarily. Didn't necessarily have to be Mark because I don't think he's out there.
2nd and 8. Going to throw a quick pass to the inside guy.
Make that play.
He made a good move to avoid a tackle, but the Tigers are going to swarm him, get him down. Going to get it to they're going to give him the 40, all the way to the 43. So it's going to be 3rd and 2.
Nice job.
Yeah.
I mean,
H-back kind of sidestepped a little bit, and Tigers were able to swarm him and get him
we were
down.
right there, too.
Yes, had a chance to stop it for not much. So I think Josiah Lopez is playing linebacker. There's a handoff inside. A couple of missed tackles. Ray did a good job. Now he's got some room. Tigers trying to trace him down. He's at 30, 25, 20. Damone Brown tries to rip the ball out, but gets him out of bounds. And a couple of inside moves there to get away from some tackles.
Yep, we got blocked and then didn't make our plays when we had our opportunity to do it. And he took off. He's a good running back, so he took advantage of the hole and the opening, and we've got speed to catch him, though.
Escamilla's back playing linebacker. Got Jaden Jones in at defensive end. Again, there we go, making contact after about a yard gain. Good job that time by the defense.
Yeah, nice way to respond. They just got to continue to do that and make sure they're keeping that outside free. So if anything bounces, we're able to adjust and react to that.
Big tackles in there, Crumpton and Bush. Okay.
That's good to see both those guys in there. They'll make it happen.
Again, basically you got Josiah Lopez Jerry Escamilla playing the mic. They got to come in on the blitz, throwing it to the end zone. Defender falls down.
No catch.
No catch.
Shouldn't be
catch.
any catch. Yep.
He's out of the back of the end zone.
That's one of those where he's on top of the defender, and until he hits the ground, he's not in.
And coverage out there by Damon Brown. It's caught, but he doesn't catch it in. Good thing there's no replay.
Thank goodness. I love it. We need to get that off.
Don't show that again outside, please.
Oops. Oopsie.
So it is 3rd down and 9.
I thought it was a good call. I thought he rolled with him.
Well, they did too.
3rd and long. Let's go.
It's a lot harder to make that call in live action than slow motion, right?
Yes.
So here we go. It's big 3rd down for the Tiger defense. Dropping back the pass is Wickersham. Looking downfield. Throws the wheel route to Ray, and that's going to be interference.
They're holding us.
Frank Jackson unable to make the play.
God, they're holding us. Man.
So that'll be
right there.
Half the distance, 1st down.
In front of the world.
See.
Pass interference. Defense. That ball will be placed at the 2-yard line because the interference taking place in the end zone. 1st down, Crandall.
No, it needs to be a holding on Crandall. And if you want to call pass interference, okay, let's offset it and replay the down.
All right, so 2 big interference calls in the end zone. Hurt the Tigers. That one there was earned. Handed off to the running back, and he does score. And so that gets it to 30-20.
Man. That holding. We were held. I guess I can't get past that one.
It's tough.
I got to move past. It's a process. Move past it.
And there's a snap, and the kick is up and good. And so 31-20.
There's a flag. We jumped. They ought to decline it and everything. We back to kick it off and receive it.
So Tigers going to have to score here. Keep pace.
Result of the extra point is good.
So,
yeah, we got to respond.
We do.
We got to respond.
So, getting a little coaching on the sideline there about defending. Again, he just kind of got lost, right, on that wheel route. He had to catch up.
He did.
And then the
coach wants a better reaction because that truly is, and that's what he's telling him, that truly is just a give up. But, they didn't catch the ball in the end zone, so they didn't score that time. So you got a chance to line up and us stop them or create a turnover or something good happening. But I can tell Coach Rogers is not. He's not pleased.
He's not buying it, right?
No, he ain't buying it. No, he's not.
Go ahead.
Housekeeping issues. Mark Brown is questionable to return, so he got dinged a little bit. We'll see if he comes.
Okay, thank you, Chuck. Mark Brown, it's a big loss for the Tigers. Murphy going to take his spot in the return game on the right side. Everybody else, I believe, stays the same. So if they like
next man up,
kick it away, and they do. But caught by Brown, picks it. Damon Brown coming to the left side, got a little room, gets outside to past the 30, going to be brought down around the 32.
Great job.
High tackle right there. Tigers take over.
Great job. Great run. Great job hanging on to the ball. He switched it when he started going left to the sideline there. So I think that was a nice return. Did a good job getting on that outside
Good
hit.
block by Turtle Lewis.
Yeah.
So going to be first down here for the Tigers. We've seen one thing, a young quarterback do a pretty good job, and looks like we're going to have a different quarterback, different package in the game with Turtle Lewis coming in at quarterback with Keenan Murphy in at running back. Trips to the right.
We're running man again.
Taylor down left, and there's going to be a quarterback sweep. This time they are all going. Turtle break some tackles, but we're going to lose about 5 yards. Actually, 3. They're only going to mark it back 3, but, man, they really did a job on this right side.
They sure did, teeing off on it. And, you know, we're the single receiver side, and they've got an extra man out there, and we've got to be able to block that extra man, plus reach. We've got to be able to get to the left and get to everybody's right as we move left.
Braylon Jones back out at quarterback through 2 perfect passes in that last drive, one including a touchdown. Handed off inside to Murphy, who's met near the line of scrimmage, and not much room to run right there. And Tigers going to have a 3rd and long.
Yeah, at least he got to the second level and met the linebacker on the other side of the line of scrimmage. So that piece of it is good right there. So it's time for us to make something big happen right here, because this is not one of those let's get 5 or 6 yards and go for it. This is let's get a first down or we're punting the ball.
3rd and 13. Snap the ball, dropping back to pass, looking left, going to throw it to the outside to Ruiz, who's running the inside corner route, and just off his hands. Would not have had a first down anyway, but would at least given yourself a choice with a couple yards to go.
Yeah, that's a longer route, same hash, but it's got to be thrown sooner because it's a shorter field, so that route's going to happen, in essence, quicker because you're on the short side, so you've got to throw that ball a lot sooner. You've got to trust yourself and throw it when he's coming out of the break, because he had that defensive back beat. So,
well, and you had the outside receiver running a curl. Keep pulling the defensive back with him, so giving you some space to throw that. And so there's the punt, and it's going to be caught and fumbled. Ball's on the ground. Can we tell?
Can't tell.
Can't tell yet. No, they get it back.
Yeah. No. They got it.
They got it back, and that is Douglas. Jeremiah Douglas is a line drive, end-over-end punt, and he tried to come up and catch it and dropped it. And at just that time, the defender for us, Hervey, was down there, but he was looking at the return man.
Keep it on.
Missed a chance at the ground, at the ball on the ground.
We've had to do some position substitutions here. We've got some guys that are not out there, and it's injury-wise, so
it's hurting.
That's a little concerning.
Going to hand it off to Case and Ray on the outside, and number 34 for the Tigers out there. Is that 34?
Yeah.
Not on the roster.
It was. You can tell that Mr. Ray has got an attitude now, because he lowered his shoulder and just
running nasty. Huh?
Yes, he is, because he's got that unsportsmanlike, and he's been that way. He's been chippy, so there's a prime example. We better be ready on our end of it. Let's deliver something. Put him down.
Turtle comes up with a big hit.
Yeah.
Got some help, and another helmet comes off as Aaron Dondo's got to come out of the game again. Already short at linebackers, Jerry Escamilla had to move back from the defensive end.
And Fellas Walker's out with cramp.
He's just coming in now.
He was out.
All right, thanks, Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck.
All right,
you were on it.
That's good news, getting Walker back in the game. Certainly need him on the 3rd and 2 or 3 right here. And then Tigers jump, so they're going to throw it up. And that's actually, I don't know if that's a dead ball.
It had to be, because we made contact.
Yeah.
So there was no chance to.
No play there.
Yeah, shouldn't have been.
So it'll be a first down.
Well, I'll say this about that.
Result of the penalty, first down Crandall.
I'll say this about that play right there is the quarterback, the way he snaps, the way he slaps his hands, the way he reacts. That right there that's the drawer. Yep. That's the offsides drawer.
3rd and short, you're trying to get out there. Rolls to the right, throws the out route, and it's called by Douglas. And Tigers are there and going to get him out of bounds. And again, that could have been a much bigger play if Tigers didn't rally quickly. And so it'll be a first down.
official timeout on the field.
See,
got another Tiger.
It's
It's that Walker who's cramping again.
Yeah. Yep. It is. God, we went inside on the end there to. We'd have just kept contained.
So, 2:54 to go here. Boy, Tigers need a turnover is what they need.
They really do.
And
just lose some yards. Let's make a tackle for a loss.
Yeah, take them out of what they're doing.
Yep.
Let's go down to Chuck. Hey, Chuck, man, we got a MASH unit over there on the sideline.
Fellas, it's the story of the year, kind of, and this game. The players, and as Richie says, lots of position swapping down here. But you got to admire these Tigers battling through lots of injuries. And raise your hand if at 21-0 you thought this is where we'd be.
No kidding, man. I think we'd be happy to be less than a 2-score game right here going in. Poor Allen has played a great game when he's been able to be out there, but these cramps are getting to him. It's a pretty warm day to be basically the edge of October around the corner, right? So here we go. Tiger defense has got to find a way. It is 1st and 10, and Crandall's kind of gone back to the bread and butter here and pounding away.
Yes, they are.
Oh. Tigers shift. Are they going to call us? Or false start. All right, good deal. The shift's got them. Because we don't do that a lot. Shift those linemen that way.
No, we don't.
So
we don't.
Got you 5 yards out of it. So
yeah, I guess we got 5 yards back.
So it's 1st and 15.
Yeah. And we there's a negative play.
So it's 1st down and 15 right here. Tigers shift again on the line. Snap back, dropping back deep, looking for a screen. Man, underneath screen, that's the Douglas coming all around, and he will take it to the house out there.
Yeah.
Bring it back all the way across the field.
You know, he ran that route earlier in the first half. They threw it to the outside, but he was running that shallow route right there, and him running that shallow route and getting it to a guy without any kind of disruption underneath, he gone.
And he catches it behind the line of scrimmage so those guys can get down the field.
Yeah, he does. He does.
So it's 37-20, and there's the snap, kick. All good. PAT. So now it's 38-20. Tigers are going to have to battle back here.
Yeah, they are. And we've got I don't know what we got going on. I don't know if we're just setting ourselves up or what we're doing, but you know, we had one of our guys in between 3 of theirs as they're going off the sideline there, which is, you know, that's come on over. Come on back.
Yes.
Stay out of all that.
Let's keep him out of the fray there and get back in and play.
Please do. Now let's receive the kick. Let's catch it in the air and let's go get it.
Wow, got a great trivia challenge up before Kettrick Sanford and later Cam Washington, which Tigers running back surpassed 3,000-yard career barrier.
Before Kettrick,
and then Cam, yep, before then.
I'd love to be able to say.
Did Bill get there?
He might have.
He had about 2,000 yards one year, right?
Yeah.
Senior year, maybe?
Maybe. Was it his senior year? Yeah, because I like
So there's the kick. Going to be short kick. Taken at the 22 by Turtle Lewis. Taking it to the middle, trying to get across. He's stringing it out.
Wow.
He got the edge, the 30, 40. Not going to run out. He's going to run out of room, though. Going to take it up to about the 42-3-yard line.
Yeah.
So Tigers will take over there with 2:22 to go. And they've battled back once. See if they can battle back again. But it involves getting the score here pretty quick. Good blocking there by Keenan Murphy.
God, it was, you know, and I just I'm old school about that, you know, running all the way across the field 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be successful for you. And but that time their coverage started squeezing in on that, so it worked out very well for us.
And maybe that's a coaching call that they've saw how they covered it in the half. So here we go. Jabraylon Jones going to bring the line up. You got Keenan Murphy at running back. You got trips to the left side. Got the solo receiver up top. 2:22 to go here in the third. Tigers down 38-20. Going to throw the bubble, and it's going to be well defended this time. No gain, actually a loss of a yard on the play.
They made that play quick. We got Chris Baston up here.
Yeah.
He made that play like that, too.
Yeah, he did that a few times, right?
Yeah, he did. Heck yeah, he did.
2nd and 11.
He did it at the junior high level when I was around.
That's how he learned how to do it. You taught him in junior high, right?
You know it. Nah, he was meant for greatness.
What year did you graduate, Chris? 97? It's a good year. 2nd and 11. Got a whistle before the snap.
We're
Be
wiggling.
a false start.
Yeah, we're wiggling.
Prior to the snap, false start, 52 of the offense, 5 yards, replay the down.
I'm going to take it back 5, 36. 2nd and 15 here. Tigers don't need any more, or actually 2nd and 16. Don't really need any more obstacles
No, they
in
don't.
their path.
Nope. We were doing so well. But it just takes one play to change everything.
Yes.
That's all we need.
Interference in the end zone, right?
Yeah.
All right, so dropping back to pass, looking down the field. Now he's going to scramble. Getting a block from Taylor. Good job. Oh, and he threw him down.
He did.
Oh, Jamil.
One,
he got
two,
4
three,
flags
4.
on that one.
I'm going to tell you what.
Had a great block. He had it taken care of. He did not need to do that.
Yeah, he had him. And then he, slung him around. But I'm telling you, I hadn't stopped thinking about the pass interference in the end zone and the hold that was not called. Yeah, happened right there in the quarterback vicinity. I mean, you can't help but see
The
it.
referee sees that most of the time, right?
He ought to, because it's right there where he's watching the quarterback to make sure he doesn't get roughed or something like that happens. Well, he can call a hold. It's okay. If the umpire's in a position that he's been blocked off, that's why the referee can make that call as well.
He sure seems to call a lot on TV.
Well, and like you said, it happens all the time.
Number 11 of the offense, 10 yards from the spot on the foul. Replay, 2nd down.
So it'd actually be a yard back. We'll lose a yard on the play to get it back to the 34 now. And it's still 2nd down.
They emphasized that hold with the
I don't think
4
that was really a
flags.
hold. I think that was a tackle.
It was. You're right. Because he did put him down.
It was a nice takedown for sure. 2nd down and 18 on the board. We could use one of those big plays. And unfortunately, we seem to rely on big plays to make things happen. We're still in conference.
Well, the coach over there is griping about the
Well, he needs to go
mark off.
He needs to go back to the sideline.
Yeah, he does.
So
they're giving him too much time, and they don't even give our coach a opportunity like that. He's got to do it after a dead ball or
dropping
something.
back to pass, a lot of pressure. He's going to just throw it out of bounds. Really had nowhere to go with the ball. As everybody's running deep. Almost looked like we were setting up a screen, but there's nobody to screen it to, right?
Yeah, they just got through us. That was a 5-man rush, and they just got through us.
So it's going to be 3rd and very long now, 3rd and 18. Got 4 receivers in, 2 on each side. Dropping back to pass. Man coming from behind. He felt it. He's tried to step up, but he was able to get him down. And number 32, Kelsey Hunter with the sack. And we'll bring up 4th and long, and Tigers will have to kick it away.
Yeah, man, that's tough. That was a tough series right there.
Started out not good and got worse. So
yeah.
And where you made a nice scramble on 2nd down that would have got you to about a 3rd and 8 or so. 3rd and 7 and giving you a chance, and the hold call just took that away and put you really in an impossible spot. So punt formation here. Zuniga up with it.
Great
Kicks
snap.
it away. Good kick. Going to be caught at about the 39-yard line. Coming straight up the field. Kicks it out to the right side. And, again, still on his ground. But Tigers get him out, let him go. And they do. Tackle by Jaden Jones there. And it will be Crandall taking over inside the Corsicana side of the field. And, again, has not been a good recipe. And the defense has had a toll taken on it with injuries. As they're playing a lot of guys and guys out of position.
Well, Mark Brown's walking out on the field, so he must be feeling better.
Well, that's good. He is an important part of that defense.
Still got Escamilla playing linebacker.
I mean, never seen him do that in 2 years. And going to hand it off to the running back who, again, makes some guys miss, gets down near a first down. They're going to mark him a yard short. And that'll do it for the third quarter. It's 38-20. Crandall over Corsicana. We're going to take a 1-minute break here, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter coming up after this. All right, we're coming back to the fourth quarter now. It's 38-20 as Tigers had cut this to 24-20 to start the second half, and a couple things go the other way. And now it's 38-20 quickly, and 2nd and 1 here for Crandall. And the whistle blows. Time to start play. And there's dropping back to pass, throwing the go route down the sideline. Got a flag as there's going to be contact on Douglas out there. Damon Brown.
Hopefully that's just a hold. I mean, he's doing that before the.
Number 7 of the defense, 15 yards.
Is that Mark Brown? We're playing double coverage on him, I guess. So
ball wasn't even in there. Yeah, first down, but the ball wasn't even in the air when it happened. So
no, negatory.
Yeah. Hey, while we got a break.
That penalty was inside of 15 yards, which makes it a spot foul. First down, Crandall.
Okay.
So since we have a break, Margaret, as you watch and listen, I got one of your adopted sons up here, Chris Baston, that wanted me to say hello to you, and he hopes you're doing well.
Handoff inside to Cason Ray, and a good job by the Tigers. I believe that's Montre Bush with the initial contact and tackle. So no gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, we're having too much conversations about what's going on down there. Watching a player step over ours and whatever way he's doing it. There's a point in time when you take control and say, "Look, pal, cut this out," because he's already got one unsportsmanlike, and at the rate he's going. A second one ought to be on the way for him.
So it's 2nd and 10. Man comes in motion to the left. Fakes a handoff. Going to throw it. Screen outside.
Slip screen.
Man, good job by Turtle Lewis running his lane. Going to bring him down at the 21. Gain of about 4.
I like the inside pursuit as well. A good job by our end in a tackle coming down along with our safety making a play. I like that. That's good pursuit, and those are things that are being taught. And guys are responding to it. So, as you see, good things happen when you follow that expectation.
Do what you're coached to do. Right?
Absolutely.
Third down
Absolutely.
and 6 here. Bring the man in motion, left to right. Call for the snap. Dropping back, rolling out to the right. Bush in pursuit. And incomplete pass there as they try to hit the receiver. And it'll be fourth down.
I saw it again.
What was that?
HOLDING.
Well, they don't call holding, right?
Yeah, they don't. And it happened right there. I mean, the quarterback sprinted out to that side. So
they're going to try a field goal here. It's going to be about a 37, 38-yarder. So he has the leg. There's the snap. Good snap, good hold. Good kick. Is it through?
Mm-hmm.
No good.
No.
Off to the right.
Golly, boy,
man, it went
good.
over. That would have been good from 50 if it had been through the middle. He drilled it, but missed the field goal. Tigers catch a break there. See if they can make a little fourth quarter push here, down 38-20 as they will take over now with 10:19 to go.
Got a good break right there. I never would have expected that kicker because that Terrell kicker was good last week too.
Yep.
He could kick as well. So there's some good kickers in this district, but I would have never thought he would have missed.
So Tigers see if they can get something going here in this fourth quarter. As they 4 wide receivers out. To Braylon Jones with Mark Brown in the backfield. Going to hand it off to Brown going to the left side. Hit a little seam. Got good yardage out of it. Looked for a second like he might have a little more.
Yes, I like it. I mean, he is running through tackles. He's running through the tackle behind the line of scrimmage, picking his knees up and just running with a forward lean. Boy, I like that. Man.
Gain of 5 on the play. Second and 5.
And those outside backers are playing more run than anything else. You can tell by the stance of 11. He's playing run first.
Hand off to Brown coming this way. Makes a man mess with a stiff arm. Got some room. Outside 30, 35. Up to the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down here for the Tigers. And, you know, they've had to play without him a little bit here during some of those series where we went blank. And it shows.
Well, watch Hollingsworth here on his block.
Good job.
And he stayed with it. He went and flashed in front, but Hollingsworth made the block that gave us the opportunity to get more yards right there. So that's a great job by a receiver doing his job, blocking and enabling us to get some more yards.
Hey, that's what the key to a good running game is.
Yes.
It has big plays. First down. Going to throw the bubble outside and it's picked. They squatted on it, and it goes the other way. And I'm not sure our receiver was kind of running to the line. But, man, that's a big learning opportunity there for the young quarterback. So
It is. It is. They played that well, and so
they flipped this game in a hurry.
Yes, they did.
It's 44-20 with a chance to take it to 45. And I think, as we see in the growth of the Tigers, sustaining and finishing, right?
That's it. Just got to.
High snap, kick is up. That is through. So 45-20. And, man, after a couple of big runs right there. And
yes. Momentum was going and getting the first down, and we're moving the ball, and here we go. But this is the challenge.
Yep.
And it's time to we got to respond.
Can you respond?
Yes.
What's your mental toughness?
Yes.
So here Tigers having a chance now to get the ball back. Okay, now you just work on making progress, right? Let's get a drive, end it in the end zone, put some points on the board here with 9 minutes left.
That's all we can do. The first play is to catch this ball, whether we fair catch it or return it.
Yep.
And then let's get out there and make some stuff happen.
So you got Damon Brown back deep in the middle. You got flanked by Turtle Lewis as well as Keenan Murphy. Keenan Murphy with a long touchdown run today. So here comes the kick.
Back to their typical alignment.
Yep. Got 4 guys wide on each side. There's a short kick. You better come up and get it. Tigers do a good job that time. Who's that? Jaden Jones doing a good job catching the ball and getting down.
Yeah, that is good. Great poise.
Yes.
Great control, clear-minded, even with people running to by him and around him. Did a great job right there. Coach is teaching him, hey, get that hand up there, wave it. Because he is, if he doesn't do that, he is a target. I mean, they're able to tee off on him.
They are not far away from him.
No, they aren't. But, hey, great job. That's a great start to this this possession right here.
So now the Tigers bring out full backfield here with Mark Brown in tailback. It's Braylon Jones at the quarterback. Going to hand it off to Brown coming straight ahead. And really stuffed at the line. And going to get about a yard or so.
Yep, just running the lead right there and did a good job. Linebackers did a good job and stuffed the lead block.
Jammed up that hole, didn't he?
Yeah, sure did.
So it's going to be 2nd and 9. Clock is running inside 8:30. Will be when the play goes off. Crandall's got a couple playmakers. Pretty good running game, and Wickersham gives them a chance throwing the ball, and then those cats outside are a couple of them pretty good. So.
They are.
2nd and 9, going to hand it off. Coming to the right side. Had 2 guys to block. And didn't really get enough help out there, so he got about a yard.
I guess Mark didn't think he could outrun him. I thought he could. And that's why he slowed up, tried to cut back. But I was thinking he was going to beat him to the outside.
So it's going to be 3rd down. 7 to go. So we got 2 receivers to the left side. Dropping back, looking to throw the inside man. It's caught by Ruiz. And he's going to get a few more yards up to the 50, so it's going to be 4th and about 3.
It looks as if we're going to stay out there and go for it.
Might as well, right?
Yeah, might as well. Might as well.
So it's going to be 4th and 3.
We've got plenty of gaining 3-yard plays.
Pete, 7 catches for 51 yards tonight. Got to be his best night. That's his whole season last year, I believe. Toss it out to Brown, coming to the right side. Man, he just had nowhere to go. He's going to pick up 2 and be a yard short. So that is tough for him.
Yeah, it is. You know, he got dinged up early and was out for a little bit and came back in, and he's taking some shots.
He's running hard. He's ran hard all night.
Yep.
But Tigers give it away. They'll take over. Crandall will take over at their 49-yard line.
Let's see here. Yeah, they still got their starters out there, so they're going to try to put some points on the board.
Got to add to those stats.
Yeah, they do. And we just need to stop them.
They're going to hand it off to Case and Ray, and
yeah.
Montre Bush, a part of that group. See Escamilla's in there. Crumpton's in there. Pick up about a yard or so. Maybe 2.
Well, that's a nice play.
Yep.
Because that play they've been able to gain some yardage out of that play, and we handled that one very well.
2nd and 8. Tigers next week will be next game will be in Mesquite. And again, the Tigers get up there, and I believe that's Bush with another big play in the backfield.
Bush, Escamilla, and Jaden Jones are all three on it.
Yeah, Bush with that initial contact, and then everybody else comes to help him out. How about Escamilla playing pretty good defense at linebacker?
He is.
You know, that's good to see. So
he's doing well.
So it's going to be third, and Tigers jump again. They're going to throw it up deep. And Marquise Turks with a pick.
Nice
Unfortunately,
play.
it won't count, but he did. He got in his hip pocket. He turned around, found the ball, and took it away at its highest point.
Played very, very well.
Defense, number 12. 5 yards, still third down.
Stayed with it. You know, it's easy to when you know we've cheated, and we cheated on that one. But we tried to get back before the ball was snapped. But it's a credit to him staying with the play and making a play.
So it's third down and 6 now. I'm going to check with the sideline.
Watch that ball. See that ball.
And he's going to drop back to pass, looking down the middle, throwing the deep seam route. And the Tigers are there. Good job by, is that Betts or Lewis?
I think it's Lewis. Let me look.
Yeah, it is Turtle Lewis.
Yeah.
They're taking that big receiver down the seam. And he did a good job not interfering with him. He was running from behind, was able to get his hands up.
Ball was thrown short, so that helped tremendously.
And he put his hands up through that. He put his hands through the receiver's hands.
Yeah.
That's pretty textbook, so good job there. And so it's fourth down. They'll keep the offense on the field. Let's see if they decide to kick it. I think they do. And they do kick it. And there is nobody back for the Tigers, so it'll hit and roll. And it'll die at about the 8 or 9 yard line. So good job on the quick punt from Wickersham. And it is 4:47 to go here in the fourth. Tigers offense will get another opportunity here at their own 9 yard line.
Well, another chance to execute, move the ball down the field. We got 4:47 left here in the fourth, and it's a perfect time for a response. Even though, you know, we're down 25, let's go after them, move the ball down the field right here. I know that's what the coaching staff wants. I know that's what everybody wants.
Well, Tigers bring them out. Evans is the running back, and Locke comes on the field to be the quarterback. A little bit late. Going to hand it off to Evans, coming to the right side. He turns it up. Going to get back past the line of scrimmage. Going to get a yard out of it.
It's a tough yard. We used to get to the second level so those linebackers are able to come downhill and make plays.
Tigers put Antonio Locke in at quarterback, give him some snaps. Christian Evans in the game. First, I believe, time he's been in the game offensively. So let the clock run down around 4 minutes. 2nd and 9. Tigers are going to change offensive sets, or strong side to the left side.
They tackle overlook again.
And then they're going to hand it off to Evans going to the left side. And again, stopped at the 10. You'd think what you'd hope to gain out of having that extra offensive lineman on that side is getting a crease and a hole there for your running back on a kick out and somewhere to run on that alley. And it's just not a lot there right now.
That's because you're hoping you get to the next level. You're able to, because somebody's going to, if they don't adjust and move their line with it, there's an opening there. There's going to be a natural opening, and you can double up and cut off that second level player right there. But they're moving very, very well toward the ball.
So 3rd and 9 here for the Tigers. Going to hand it off, coming to the right side, kicks it outside, got a little room, but it closes down fairly quickly. Going to get about the 13-yard line, so pick up about 3 on the play.
Yeah, Crandall has quite a number of subs in the game.
Tigers do as well.
Yep, they do.
So it's about 2:45 now. I'm going to kick it with about 2:25 or 2:30 maybe on the clock. 2 return men are deep. This is dangerous. You're on your side of the field.
Yes, it is. Scary.
Need a really booming kick over their heads right now. There's Zuniga does a good job. Kicks it pretty well. He does backpedal. And kicks it back to the right side. And he's going to get through. But, man, a good job by
Jaden Jones.
Jaden Jones, thank you. Coming through there with a big hit. And that is Cordero Frazier, who's returned one of those for a touchdown already today. And then Crandall will take over here with 2:12 to go in the game with good field position at the 32-yard line of the Tigers.
Now the job of the day is to keep them out of the end zone and through the uprights for 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
Looks like we do have some new folks in the backfield, at least in the running back spot.
Same QB.
Same QB, Wickersham's in. Going to hand it off to 17. And again, that's Crumpton, or no, that's Bush, grabbing him and pulling him back. So 17 is Tony Stantz. And going to pick up about 3 or so on the play.
Yeah. Mr. Bush has done a good job these last 2 series right here.
He's been around the ball a lot.
Yes, he has. And been initial contact behind the line of scrimmage to start.
So we're off next week. The whole district's on a bye next week. So give Tigers a couple of weeks of prep time. They'll get to go to Mesquite to play Poteet. And they're going to go into victory formation here, take a knee. And I think that's a good opportunity for the Tigers to get back on the winning track right there.
Yes, it is, and to get healthy because there's quite a number of subs there on the defensive side. You got Escamilla, who's a starting defensive end that is now playing linebacker and has played linebacker pretty much the second half.
Yes.
So it's a good chance for the healing process physically.
So third down here, 44 seconds left. Get this snap off, and maybe we'll keep the clock. We'll be able to keep the clock going. We should. Now we're going to have a little something go on here. Got a pre-snap thing.
I don't know what it was. It was a center in Crumpton.
So that's going to be it, though. And that's going to do it for the game. Clock will run out. Tigers go down 45-20, but again, I think another game where the final score says one thing, but if you watched much of this game, it would say something else. So, Chuck, are you down there? Or you bailed on me already? I think he is gone.
He is gone.
All right.
Chuck has left the building.
He has left the building, but again, I think a game that we talk about taking those steps, and I thought we saw a lot of steps today. A few steps backwards, but for the most part.
Yep.
Rich, I think right now the difference in what we see with our team, what we've seen the last couple of weeks with the teams we played, depth.
And it showed tonight.
Yep.
Truly. We don't have the depth. Prime examples, Escamilla going to linebacker and then moving some other parts and pieces there. We didn't mention everybody that we had new position guys in. So
here's the linebackers that we've gone through. Walker, who was hurt tonight. Medrano, who was hurt last week. Hector Cervantes, who got hurt tonight. Adrian Bivens, who got hurt a couple of times and hasn't played the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
So you had Aaron Dondo down to him as the only linebacker that you had been practicing, and then so you had to move Escamilla back there as well. So that's part of it. and then, you just have to adjust. And it's been a tough adjustment when you don't have that. And then when you lose Mark Brown, that's an offensive weapon as well as a defensive stalwart. So things are a little tough when you start getting banged up like that. So
yeah, and those are guys that you're planning on being there. You plan on having, one or two backups, and because when you put them in a place, you're putting them there because they're the best fit, and you're taking somebody that's potentially a linebacker and putting them in a place where you have need. So it's all a crossword puzzle for everybody, and they had to put a jigsaw puzzle together tonight to have the guys out there defensively.
Yeah, Alan Walker played a really good game while he was able to play.
Yeah.
And Cervantes had a couple of really nice goal line hits. But again, he got hurt, and just the different things. I thought Betts and Brown on the corners did a really good job a lot of the night.
Yeah.
On those receivers.
They did.
You're not going to win every battle against a kid who's probably a Division I level receiver. But I thought our defensive tackles played the best game tonight. That they've played probably as a unit this season. Played really tough. I mean, they ended up giving up some yards as well, but had a lot of tough moments.
And we had those phases, though, where we were really good.
Yep.
We had phases where, we're making them punt, turning the ball over, as far as, not converting on a fourth down, whatever it was. We did a much better job of against a team that's better than Terrell.
Yep.
For sure.
Yes.
And coming in here with, they hit their average for sure with 40 points and, a quarterback that throws lights out, receiver that's unbelievable. Of course, he showed that. And then their running back, who's just a tough, hard runner. And they executed, but I felt like we really held our own. And at different points in times, we really controlled the game. Good job defensively, and then all of a sudden, boom, we have a quick strike and a quick score. And so it's promising.
Yep.
But it's a process, like Coach said, and we're going to stay with that because they still have to take steps. I'm very thankful that next week's a bye week because we need it.
Bye week
physically.
Yeah, get your time, relax, get ready, get you healthy, and get your game plan in again, and going into a game that can be won. So, give you some scores around the area and the district. As I said last night, Poteet beat Greenville 44-23, and Poteet is our next opponent. Blooming Grove losing to Clifton 19-8. Axtell over Dawson 37-6. Kemp and Rice 14-10. Kemp over Rice right now. Those are fourth quarter scores. Scurry Rosser 27. Currens 14. Ennis going to lose to Midlothian Heritage 56-24. Kaufman pulls away from Terrell 42-14. That score was tied at 14 in the first half. And then Mildred up 40-0 over Moody, and that's only a third quarter score. So
wow,
they are rocking and rolling in Mildred, Texas. As far as some stats here, Tom has for us, the Tigers end up with 125 yards rushing, 128 passing, 253 total yards. Crandall only a few yards more at 308, 191 passing, 117 rushing. As far as the individual players, the Tigers, Murphy 4 for 70, Mark Brown 17 for 54. Very tough yards tonight. Jabraylon Jones 4 for 11. Passing, Jabraylon is 9 for 12. And, all right, let's just talk about that for a minute. 9 for 12 from your sophomore quarterback.
Yeah.
And they weren't all dinks and dunks. I mean, he threw the ball down the field a few times, had a big completion, 128 yards. Receiving is going to be Pete Ruiz, 7 for 51. Damon Brown, 1 for 45. And Jamil Taylor, 1 for 32. And as far as the other side, Jeremiah Douglas, 7 catches, 144 yards. And Coach Sardinia we talked to before the game, he talked about what kind of talent this kid was, and he was right. He turned out to be a really something else. Case and Ray, 25 for 125. A lot of those were just wear you down by the end of the game.
Yeah.
Taking off. And then Gage Wickersham, 12 of 19, 191 yards. So really close to his average. And so that is the scores, that is the stats, and that is the ball game. 45-20 here as the Tigers go down to Crandall, who stays undefeated. Tigers look to get back on the winning ways as they start up in 2 weeks as we go to Mesquite in hopefully Memorial Stadium. We've been there many times.
Yeah, the other one's Hamby.
Hamby or Memorial, usually the two. Yeah. And it is a Friday game, I believe, so I would guess we drew the right straw this year.
I would think so. Knock on wood.
They have enough schools there to play around, so sometimes you have to draw a Thursday game, which Poteet did last night.
Yeah.
So, all right, got the band going to do their post-game performance since it was homecoming this year. So we'll cut out of here early and let you enjoy the band if you would like. And I like Coach Rogers got his guys sitting on the field watching the band, appreciating what they do. So
it's the right thing to do.
All right, well, thanks for joining us here on for a Tiger Media production on the Corsicana Tiger Network. Great job to Adam and Jonathan and the whole crew in the production booth and all the camera folks for bringing you all the great replays. And we had some good excitement in the ball game, and hey, that's what we could ask for, right?
That's it. Yeah.
All right.
I still like that hold to be called.
It would have made a difference on two big plays.
It sure would have.
It could have turned the game in a little bit.
Sure would have.
All right. Well, good luck to the Tigers as they take this bye week. Learn to get better, and again, begin to trust those coaches because they put you in a really good position a lot tonight. So, all right. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back with you in 2 weeks from Mesquite. Till then, we wish you all a good night. God bless, and go Tigers.
staying and supporting our band tonight. The section of the week is the Low Reeds. The band members of the week are Kevin Lopez, Andre Garza, Juan Luna, and Maria Johnson. The band would like to thank their current sponsors, Vera Bank, Riot, HEB, and Hometown Medical Associates.